bum 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 bum. Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, Among Us. Among Us. Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing this fine night? We are going to be talking about some funny things, mostly. Not a lot of things, but some funny things. Funny, funny, funny things. When is the Florida primaries? Is that coming up this Tuesday? I'm curious. When are the Florida primaries? 2026. It's a general election. August 18th? Okay. August 18th are the Florida primaries. So what, it's Elijah Manley and Oliver Larkin. So true, Alex. Alex, can you give me a reminder? Did I make you a mod in YouTube? Chat. I don't remember. Did I? The cat's sleeping on my lap. Don't remember? Can you double check? Yeah, thank you. Just keep it open just in case if you are a mod, if you have a sword, or whatever the fuck YouTube calls it. Oh, man. Tim, like... Okay, can you keep it open just in case? If you don't mind. Just keep her open. One of our recurring characters decided to make a comeback. Very funny. So I don't know where Boy Meets Winnie's at. I'm assuming he's probably just like brain fried or something. It's time for you to take some responsibility there, Alex. Not only for crime reports, but also for now, being a sword man. Oh, man. Lovely. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I did a little bit of work off stream. And I think I'm probably going to have too much heavy oil residue. Now, what am I going to do with this stuff? That's a good question. I don't know. Perhaps I'll turn some of it into fuel. Well, I'm going to use a bunch of it to make smokeless powder. That's for certain. Oh yeah, we've been working on this. But yeah, this is what, 1600 oil residue. And the ratio of oil residue to turbo fuel for this recipe of turbo heavy fuel is 1:1. If I just put in a power shard. It's near 1:1, but that makes it 1:1. And one of these can feed 40 fuel generators. Because each fuel generator consumes 7.5 turbo fuel per second. Or no, per minute. Be per minute. 7.5 per minute. Which is a 4:1 ratio. Which is really good. One of these refineries is outputting basically 900 megawatts. Basically. We're going to need more power shards. Also, I think the grappling hook is bugged. It's funny. So this area has, I think, the best concentration of sulfur nodes in the entire game, with 3 nodes basically being located over there by some geothermal vents. Sulfur, believe it or not, in this game is quite rare. So that's going to make all the compacted coal that we need for the turbo fuel, and then obviously those go into the fuel generators. But since we're probably going to have 100 plus of these things, that's a lot of power. I might have to throw a bunch of the generators up top. It's not ideal, to be honest. Or, I mean, I could just throw them all over there. Something like that. Because this is definitely not going to fit in this area. We also need more cable. Okay. So each one of these consumes 320 per, which gives me. Actually, I don't have to use all of my. Yeah, I don't have to use all of them. So what? Each thing is plus 25%. No, not on Twitch. We're fine on Twitch. No problem with Fox of Fate. We're chill for now. Okay. We do not need for now. We're Gucci. We're bing chillin' for now. It's all good. Ooh, but I saw this one video of this one dude who I can accurately describe as like a flag autist. Like, he just knew a bunch of ancient flags. It was really interesting. And bro was just like, oh, here's this flag. And he would just like yap off which flag it was. It's like, yo, that's it's pretty based, honestly. pretty based, folks. Let me tell you, it's very fascinating. Okay, so if my calculations are correct, we probably only need about 2 mines, which means we can save the 3rd sulfur mine for creating sulfuric acid later, which is going to be needed for nuclear energy. So that's fine and dandy. Of course, we do have access to more sulfur, kind of in a readily available place. Oh, there's some real cool fucking looking flags, dude. There was like one, for, I think it was called the Sultanate of Bukhara. No, for the Mughal Empire. An alternate flag for the Mughal Empire. And it was like a square. Not like a square. Like it was like a rectangle. It was green. It was very colorful with like reds and yellows. There was like a tiger on there. I think it was a tiger. And a whole bunch of like nice looking embroidery. And I was like, ooh, that looks nice. I think my cat's having dreams. It was a really, really nice looking flag. One of those things you just look at, it's like, that just looks nice, you know? Okay, so I think I want 14 of these. These numbers are all going to have to change eventually once we upgrade our machines, because upgrading the machines also increases their consumption. Yes, I love Mughal imperialism. Oh, that's you 235. Mm-hmm. Knew it. Wasn't even looking, I just knew. I'm in your head, you 235. You Toronto mans. Put this. Yeah, okay. Fucking cope about it, Toronto mans. I bet you're a fan of Drake. I bet you love... Yeah, he loves Drake. Listen to the cope. Cope, are you coping? Are you coping, little man? Are you coping about the fact that you're a fan of Drake? It's okay, guys. Everyone's like bitching, moaning, and complaining about Pink Chew LARPing as a goth or some shit now. Look at you 235 cope. The word Mughal comes from Mongol. Huh. That's pretty cool. I do believe the I do believe that the Mongols did try to go into India. I think they were fighting the Mughals. I think. And, they were never able to really get any progress made in the jungles of India because their horses would get sick all the time and everyone would just keep getting sick. It's very, very funny. Hilarious. Yes, they did try, and they all failed.
Doctor, turn off my cringe inhibitors.
But Raiden, you'll lose subscribers.
Do it.
Okay.
I was fucking joking. Why did you do it?
That's true. Thank you, Maxor. Very cool. Are you saying that Red Bull made a candle? Why would Red Bull make a candle? They were an offshoot of the Mongols. Interesting. Very fascinating. Very interesting. What is this?
Y'all see?
Oh, my fucking dumbass React Anderson's on. Whatever. What's this? Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be talking about this motherfucker soon enough.
See this jacket? Did you know that Red Bull, yes, the Red Bull, has limited edition candles? So let's try it and see. They sent me this for my birthday. I love the Red Bull team. And I was supposed to go to something, but I couldn't because of a calendar thing. But they're like, we have a candle. I was like, you do? Because do you know that I do this? They were like, say less, and they sent me this Winter 2025 Fuji Apple and Ginger. So I'll be the judge of if it's good, if it smells like extreme sports, you know. If it smells like it gives me
I wonder if it'll smell like esports. That would be funny.
wings. And you know what I say? A good candle has 3 things. Say it with me. Scent, style, and strength. So I'm gonna let it burn and come back and let you know how it is and if it's giving us the wings we need. Also, while that burns, thank you so much for this jacket. Limited edition. Come on. If y'all see me at the races, don't be alarmed. I see the egg.
Wait, this guy's a candle dude? And he got a Red Bull jacket? Is this guy sponsored by Red Bull? A candle channel. Huh. Fascinating.
Girls are at the races. I want to go. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Come closer. How do we feel? Since
Okay. Alright, I don't know if I want to be a bit of an asshole here, or if I want to be stereotypical, okay? Are we gonna Pepe post? Yeah, I was gonna say, is he gay? Oh, he is very gay. I was about to say he's listen, it's the cadence. It's not about the fact that this dude's autistic about candles, okay? It's not about that. It's the cadence that's getting me.
style and strength. The style, I mean, it's a regular glass. I guess it has the logo. I think we maybe got to do a little embossing. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The strength, this is a 10. I was like, am I in the energy drink? I'm literally in the energy drink. I mean, did it give me wings? No, but it gave my home wings. How about that? And then what about, so I'll give that a 10 out of 10 for strength. What about the scent? Initially, I was like, what's going on here? And then I remembered they had a holiday wrapped Red Bull. My friend took it when he came to visit, but I'm assuming it was like linked to that because it's very aptly. Very aptly. I don't really like apple that much because I'm more of a pear person myself, but it has a zinginess and I think it's a ginger. So I think it's literally an energy drink. Like it has a sweetness, but it gives
Yes, that is true. Very, very TikTok, Instagram fucking cadence as well.
you like that zing. Initially, I was gonna give it a 6. I think it's a 7.5 out of 10. There's another version of a Red Bull candle.
Well, that's
that
not
I
terrible.
imagined in my head. I think
Wow, that's like 23.5 out of 30? That's pretty good, you know? It's not bad. Like almost 80%.
more metallic, like the can, something interesting. Metallic sweet. Now, who's doing that? And if you want to make one together, wait, Red Bull, hi. I have ideas. But thank you so much for the candle. This was so fun. This jacket, y'all. If you see me at the races, do not be alarmed, okay? Y'all.
Okay. Style of voiceover rubs me the wrong way all the time. That is understandable because a ton of people have that exact same cadence and voice, and they tend to be psychotic freaks or like very socially maladjusted. I don't know. That guy just is, you know, Candle. It's just Candle. Really, just bro, just like his Candle. It's like I can respect that, you know. I can respect candles. The baby is awake. I watched Forrest auto reviews and he sounds radically different. Really. Do you want to stretch? Quick stretch. Nope. Not what I wanted. Alright. She's a little groggy because she just woke up from a nap. But there she is. Very well behaved. Although I think she might still be sleepy. What's up, Big Jerry? If you want to keep sleeping, baby, you gotta sleep in your bed, okay? Unless you don't want to sleep in your bed. What's the plan? Here. Sorry, baby. You want down? Yeah, she wants down. What's she meowing about now? Ooh, big stretch. I can now tell when she wants to go to the bathroom. She's not sleeping on the desk. There's too much shit in the way. You need to go to the bathroom? Go to the bathroom here, baby. Well. Go here. Go here, baby. You know, she used to always just run out immediately from the litter box. She doesn't do it anymore. And sometimes she'll go by herself. Not often, but every now and again she goes by herself in the litter box. She's learning, I think. What is it, baby? Maybe if you want to go to the bathroom, you can go right here. Right there, baby. Mm-hmm. There you go. She figured it out. She's figured it out. Takes a couple tries now for her, because she used to always just like want to immediately hop out and did not want to fuck with the litter box at all. But now it's just, you take her in and out a couple times, she gets it eventually. She gets it eventually. Yeah, what is it? You only have to go pee this time? That's it? What's this? Oh, now you want to go to the bathroom again, eh? Okay, baby. Go to the bathroom here. Go here, baby. Oh, I know. But go here. Come here. Well, you want to play with the scoop? Come here. Come get the scoop. You gotta come in here, get the scoop. Your best friend, the scoop. Yeah. I know you want to go to the bathroom again. You'll get it eventually. I believe in you. In here. In here, baby. Oh, careful. Swipe your butt. I'm just trying to wipe your butt a little bit. Someone joined the Discord again? Again? Mysterious stranger, eh? What are you doing? Yeah, you playing with the cable now? I can't let you out, baby. I'm sorry. Can't let you out. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, it's Florida version of Boy Meets Mini. That's true. Bro, fuck this guy. Oh, sorry. You angry? What? Oh, she found a fly. She's hunting the fly. The fly's over here. It left. It's gone. There's no fly there anymore. You've been summoned. You've been summoned, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, you have been, because you're from Florida now. But guess who's back? Our good old pal Jerry Mungus has returned. Jerry Mungus is back. He found the Discord server and has so far made 2 accounts. But I have a suspicion who might be the first account. But I'm not 100% certain.
Put this.
I have my suspicions, though.
Put this.
This is true. Yeah, Jerry Susus Umugus. Amogus. Guys, do not Google Pokemon number 591. Don't do it. Do not do it. Under every circumstance, do not do it. You'll regret it. You will regret Googling Pokemon number 591. I'm just watching the cat to make sure it does not shit on the floor. Oh, man. You keep looking like you want to go to the bathroom again. Or you're just more fixated on trying to catch the fly. I mean, if you move that slowly, you're not gonna ever catch it. 67 sounds better. Okay, you need to relax. Doing a little bit of double entendre there. I see you. I see you, U235. Google the Bonsly level 6 card. I don't even want to imagine what that could possibly be. Absolutely not. I can only imagine what that could possibly mean. You gotta? I don't want to. I know you want to go outside into the living room, but you don't want to do that because there's big scary sounds right there that's going to scare you. You're going to get scared. Last time you heard the blender going, you got scared. She wants to go outside so badly. I've been spoiling you with letting you go out into the living room. You can't do it yet because you're not litter trained, and I know that you just took a piss, which means you're probably going to take a shit. I know, baby. She's also been getting a little more bappy and bitey with my hands. Much more than usual. She's also been stalking a lot more. What is this? Okay, that's funny. Dude, why would Bonsly post hole like that? What the fuck, man? That's fucked up. Bonsly, you're a baby, little bro. What the? That's funny. Bro decided to post hole. Are you just gonna walk around now? What are you doing? What? You trying to scratch and sniff around? Come on, baby. Come here. No. What is it? Do you want to be let up? Okay. They made a Bonsly plushie with the hole. Well, yeah, it's always been a part of the design. It's supposed to be like, God. It's supposed to be like a fake, tree. Well, it's a Bonsly. It's a Bonsly tree. But it's a fake tree. But it's supposed to be like hollow or something. Don't bite me. Stop biting. No biting. What, do you want to play? You wanted to be let up. Now you want to be let down so you can play with your favorite toy? Here. Or to own a garbage bag. What's this? Oh, that's Sandy Gas. Yeah. Yeah, bro is a big hole, right? Because that's where the souls are supposed to go in to get trapped and eaten. You know, shit like that. Sandygast. He's a funny little sandcastle guy. Just a funny little guy. He's a very, very funny little guy. Now, you should ask that question to Game Freak. Wait, Boy Meets Mini, aren't you a Pal World player? SMH my head. Okay, you wanted to be let up, and then you started biting me, you want to be let down. Now you want to be let back up again? You gotta make up your mind. Come here. Why are you biting my hand? Why do you bite the hand that feeds you? No biting. Don't bite. Don't bite. Okay? Don't bite. No biting. Yeah, didn't they go like underwater for the Pokeopia DLC or something? I just know that there's Mudkip, and Mudkip, we love Mudkip. I love him. Everybody should love Mudkip. You should love Mudkip. I should love Mudkip. Everyone should love Mudkip. We are very pro Mudkip in this channel. If you're not pro Mudkip, what is wrong with you? Oh. Why are you so afraid of my hand? Nope, no need to bite my hand. Do you not like my hand because I've been picking you up a lot with them? Boy Meets Mini?
Put this.
Do something about this insolence. I like Oshawott. I mean, Oshawott like a funny little guy, but he's not as cool as Mudkip, okay? Mudkip is cooler. Mudkip, in terms of like the little guy department, is way more of like a little guy. Just like a cool little guy. Why are you biting my hand? Why are you biting? Why are you so bitey? When you want to bite, then lick. No biting. No bite. Bite, then lick. Mm-hmm. Licking is okay. Why do you want to keep biting my hand? Why? Why do you keep biting? Why do you keep doing that? Oh no, you just want to lick my hand. Well, you want to bite. No biting. No bite. Even better, I also like Espers. Okay, here's the thing. I think Esper, it's a fine Pokemon. It's a little cat that basically restrains its emotions, because if it has too much emotion, it'll like blow up a city block or something. Whatever. Esper is a fine Pokemon. It's just like at this point in time, it's just a meme. Yeah, I don't think of I don't think like that. I care about what's good, and unfortunately for Mega Meowstic, they made Mega Meowstic budget Mega Alakazam, so it's just like, yeah, it's never going to be used because of that. They could have they could have done actually something interesting with Meowstic if they gave it the ability to put up Psychic Terrain. Then it would be really good. It would be so good. But they didn't. So honestly, just yell at Game Freak for basically screwing the pooch on that one. They need more Pokemon with holes. There's a couple. Yeah, and I like to win. Different strokes for different folks, folks. Let me tell you. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Stale 2000 is back? And he got banned by Reddit for attending an event. Yes! Awesome. What is it? Do you need to play? Here. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I know what you want. I know what you want, you silly cat. I know what you want. I know exactly what you want.
Put this.
You have a bunch of energy and you need to expend it. True. Who are you to put this after your dog shit and mudkip take? Ooh. Caught. Your claw's stuck. I'm just trying to help you get out. There you go. It's too bad the camera is not in a good location to capture all this. To get the real content. Plus, she really does not seem all that interested in it. Also, my arm does not go out this far. Look, under the bed. She's stalking. Who knows? That's the rug that you messed up there, baby girl. What are you doing to it? You trying to mess it up more? Not interested in this anymore? That's not good for you to eat. And you're not getting any more food. You just ate not that long ago. Well, it doesn't seem like she's hungry. She's also learned about the fridge. And it's gone to the point where I can't really stop. I can't use my room as a baby containment vessel anymore. I can't do that anymore because she'll just run out too quickly. So I just let her follow me at this point. I won't let her roam in the living room. Not yet. Because I don't want her shitting randomly in the house. Prefer not to have to deal with that. To be honest, it's very annoying. Where'd she go? Oh, you're under there. So mostly waiting until she gets a little bigger. Plus, we'd also have to make sure parts of the house are completely closed off for her, like the laundry room, where there's chemicals. Obviously, not good for a tiny kitten like her. Oh no! You got yourself stuck, silly girl. I'm doing woke propaganda for the cat. See, we're making the cat gay because of this dumbass fucking string. Cat's gay. It's not good, folks. The left are making your cats gay. Yeah, you caught it. Wow, look at you. Stalking? Is he stalking?
Ooh, I love China.
She got it. You're getting very good at this. You're such a talent. Wow, you got it again. Also, I need to start to, I do need to cut her nails. Still. I mostly have been waiting for her to not be bottle fed anymore because what she was doing was that she was associating the nail clippers with a baby bottle. Which is obviously not good. So her being off of the baby bottle and eating from a bowl for about a week, it should be okay for me to now try to cut her nails. At least attempt to. I hope. Still don't really understand why people decide to declaw the cats. Like, is it that much of an inconvenience to not get a fucking scratching post? Or something? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you do that? Where'd you go? You went under the chair? Where did she go? Oh, there you are. You gotta squish that cat. True. She doesn't really like being squished all that much. She likes being squished into my chest because she knows that I'm very warm and trying to sleep. What are you doing in that corner? She used to hide in a bunch of corners all the time, and she doesn't do that anymore. Because you're growing and you're deciding to get a little more brave. Are you more brave? Are you just chilling in that corner? Chilling in a baby corner? It also does help that I more adequately blocked off the cables and everything. It's much harder for her to get in there. What is it? Yeah. What's wrong? What you looking at? Oh, you're still interested in this. I know you are. I just wanted to get you out of the corner. She like doesn't want to play with it anymore, but she also does want to play with it at the same time. It's very funny. Oh, careful. Ooh. Yes, you caught it. Wow, look at you. She's in front of the chair. I can't. The camera's not gonna get her. What'd you do? Did you fall off? You know, you won't be able to hide the chair under the chair if you get big enough, silly girl. You don't want to play with this anymore? You're looking at this if you want to. Do you not to? Do you not? No? Okay. Like, what's the plan here? Just want to wander around? Hide in a corner? Like you used to all the time? You do. She fits in perfectly there. I can't block her all the way. Unfortunate. What? She do be staring up at me. I love getting distracted by a silly little girl. She's very silly, folks. Very silly. What are you doing? It's okay, she's playing with a box now. What? And you go back and get more supplies. Where'd she go again? You're still hiding behind the cables? Oh, I see you. You hide very, very well in dark corners, don't you? Anyway, we should probably get started. Boy meets Minnie, the sleepy man. He's so sleepy, folks. They call him God's sleepiest soldier, folks. Let me tell you, he's so sleepy. Don't worry, Boy meets Minnie. I'm also sleepy as well. I'm also very, very sleepy.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
That is a bunch of malarkey. How dare you call Joe Biden? Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Wake up. Joe Biden. Wake up. Alright. Let's make fun of this asshole. Oh, she came out of the corner. Very good. Well, guess who's back and is nowhere near as bald as he used to be? Well, okay. Let's be honest here. The hair transplant's not really helping the chronic redditor phenotype here for our boy Stale 2000. I have to say, it's not doing him any favors. But I guess, you know, his hairline is not as shitty as it used to be. So I guess there's that. I wonder if he's like the type of dude, like, you know, like the types of dudes who get like those I don't know, like those who will shave their heads and have their those, like, I don't know what their names are. I don't know if they're like wigs, like glued to the top of their heads. I wonder if that happened to Stale 2000, because if it's a hair transplant, man, that must have taken a really, really long time. It must have been very expensive. I think he probably had like a toupee. Are they toupees? I think they're toupees, like glued on top of his head. That seems like it'd be the more efficient sort of, shall we say, method for him to get some kind of a hairline back, for lack of a better term. Yeah, but, you know, shitting on this guy's hairline aside, what do we all remember Stale 2000 from? Besides being an arch DGGer who is a part of probably one of the shittiest fucking subreddits in existence, that being LSF. He's also known for allegedly, potentially, helping to facilitate a scam through some betting website that was with some event that was being organized by a bunch of streamers, where he proposed the idea of, oh, what if people just make a bunch of clips and have it all integrated through LSF? And as a byproduct of that, since it was gambling, he ended up getting permanently banned from Reddit. And he, shall we say, took it very, very well. He released a video complaining, bitching, and moaning about it, and then he tried to start up a content creator. Like, he started to try to live stream from that, because this dude's, like, full-on, like, egotistical narcissist, like, complete insane, like, like power hungry mod type who thinks he's like hot shit for being again a mod for one of, I'm going to say this again, one of the worst subreddits on Reddit, that being of course LSF. And he thinks he's like a bunch of hot shit because of that. It's like, no, dude, everyone thinks you're a fucking loser because because you moderate LSF. Nobody fucking likes that sub except for you, I guess, for some reason. Whatever, buddy. And I know he was like gone for a while, probably for the hair transplant, if I were to take a guess. And I guess he's back, and he got banned from Reddit for attending an event. Now, is Stale 2000, can we trust him to be an honest narrator in terms of all of this? No, not really. Let's be honest here. Because, you know, DGGers are all perennial fucking liars. If they can lie, oh, they will. They will gladly lie. What if I were to tell you that he basically attended an event in order to ask, I think it was the CEO of Reddit, to try to reinstate his account, or some higher up at Reddit he wanted to like get into contact with at an event in order to just bitch, moan, and fucking complain about his ban. Yeah, this is the kind of person we're dealing with here. Alright, what we got here? Well, I need to make sure that I don't kill myself first. There you go.
Hi, I'm Scale2000, the viral Reddit mod, and I'm here to report on a truly
You're not viral for good reasons, buddy.
unfair tragedy, and that is that Reddit banned me, my Reddit accounts, for attending a mod event. It's a bit of a funny story. What happened is that yesterday there was a community mod.
Wait, you attended a mod event when you're no... Wait, hold on. You went to a mod event when you're not a mod anymore. Why would you do that? Bro, you got fucking banned from your mod position, and you decide to go to a mod event for dude. He's never going to be able to recover at all from the Moist Critical video that was made about him. Very, very funny.
Mod meetup at the Reddit HQ. I've been to a few of these events in the past. They're super fun. I've talked to Reddit employees and have even met the Reddit CEO a few times. So heard about this one and I was like, hey, maybe I'll try to stop by, have some fun. Now, I know I'm a bit of a controversial character to say the least these days, but hey, it's a mod event. I'm a moderator of other subreddits. Why not just like shoot my shot, see if I can stop by? So I was on the waitlist for the event.
Okay, so wait, he's a moderator for other subreddits? Oh, he probably does not moderate them as much as like LSF. Yeah, okay, so he was not permanently... Wait, I thought he got banned from Reddit. From what he initially... So, wait, did Stale lie? Dude, this motherfucker really does everything possible to not really help his own situation. Like, Jesus Christ. So in the whole initial fiasco of all this, Stale was like complaining about the fact that Reddit, well, banned him. And I guess in reality, he did not end up getting banned or something. Like, bro, what the fuck?
And the event even allowed +1s. So, you know, I got on the event waitlist, and I found somebody else who was going to the event over the internet, and then just showed up as myself with a hat, mostly so like a bunch of other mods like swore me or bother me. So I went to the sign-in, said I was a +1 of this other guy, and then gave their username. And the person at the sign-in looked at me a little funny and told me to sit down.
Wait, okay, so you were invited, but you were the +1 of some other... I'm already detecting an inconsistency here, by the way. So, bro was a +1 of someone else, but he got invited to the event. That's not how that works, buddy. Like, if you were to get invited to an event, then you would not have to be someone's +1. You'd be a part of the fucking list. So, I don't know, maybe someone else at Reddit decided to approve him as like a +1 by accident or something? Because, listen, this motherfucker is a liar, okay? Like, he's full of shit. And it's very obvious. I mean, you know, the DGG phenotype is certainly not fucking helping him here. So he thinks that if he gets invited, like, approved as like a +1, that means he's getting invited to the event. That's not exactly how that works. He was not a +1 bet. Who knows, Boy Meets Mini. I mean, this dude does lie all the time.
in the chair in the lobby and wait for somebody to bring me up. 5 minutes later, a security guard walked up to me and asked me very nicely to step outside, which I politely did. And then he said to me that I am not authorized to be at the event and asked me to leave, else they would have to call the police. I just said, okay, and then briskly walked away and went to a different tech event that I was actually planning on going to later. And then wake up this morning to see that all of my accounts have been permanently banned for a moderator code of conduct violation. A bit annoying, but whatever. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Brian, you had all these internet controversies surrounding you. Why would you show up at their headquarters for an event? Wouldn't you expect that something like this might happen? And the answer is, I mean, I live near the headquarters, and although I didn't really think it was super likely that I would be able to go to the event or talk to people for very long, at no point have I previously been told you're not allowed to talk to Reddit employees or go to an event.
But you've been banned from being able to fucking post on the platform. Like, you thought you were able to go to an event now or something because of that. Dude, he's so fucking stupid, man. Holy shit, man. Maybe Moist Critical should make another video on his goofy looking head ass just to make fun of him, because this whole situation is just fucking hilarious.
And, you know, I was on the wait list, and they were allowing +1s, which could be anybody. And, you know, I mean, I wasn't there to cause any problems or do an internet prank or do anything.
Oh,
I
I'm
just did
sure.
nothing and sat down in the lobby. You know, I thought it might be fun to get a picture.
He's lying, by the way. It's been uncovered that basically he wanted to go up to the CEO and basically be a bit of a Karen and just, like, complain about the fact that his account got banned. For what he feels like is no reason. Because we all know the fucking video that this motherfucker released on his channel, right? Basically bitching, moaning, and complaining, and just having, like, the most archetypical, like, Redditor, like, power mod fantasy sort of, like, crash out, for lack of a better term. It's like, buddy, you're not being allowed because you're just, like, a weird little dysgenic freak who is having, like, a power trip moment for the fact that you're just a Reddit mod. For, like, unironically, one of the worst subreddits to ever be fucking conceived. That, of course, being LSF. Like, buddy, you're not well liked, especially for the fact that you decided to be, like, I don't know, like a power tripping weirdo and just decided to show up at Reddit's headquarters, probably uninvited. I do not believe him for even 1 second that he was a +1. I'm gonna be honest here. I think he's lying. I mean, he's always been lying about the whole situation in terms of his, like, account being banned and whatnot. Nothing from this motherfucker can be generally believed. So, should we really be surprised at all whatsoever that your dumbass would be basically persona non grata at Reddit? Like, that should not be really surprising at all, because you're a fucking weirdo? Yeah, you're just a weirdo. Do we think he would read in the JP subreddit when he was when that was a thing? Maybe. I have no idea, to be honest. Who the fuck knows? I mean, he's a DGGer, right? Like, DGGers will, like, participate and do, like, a bunch of differing random things. They are very, very fucking weird.
Picture of the logo and then be like, oh, it's the funny mod in front of the Reddit office, the logo, talking to people. It's not really fun like that. So why not just shoot my shot? I will, of course, not be attempting to go to any more future events in the future if I'm not allowed to, of course. And even though I wasn't told that before, of course, I'm going to respect that. And I don't even blame them for not letting me into the event, right? Like, I'm a controversial character. Maybe they just don't want to take any risks, even, you know, if I could go to the event. And so, you know, just tell them to leave and then, you know, walk away and hope nothing controversial happens. But, you know, banning my Reddit account for a rule that I did not break, that is going too far. And I will be submitting a strongly worded complaint as to this travesty in my ban appeal. You just wait.
Dude, that's a perfect fucking ending to all of this. I'm gonna submit a very strongly worded letter in my ban appeal in order to fight against Reddit's unfair moderation policy against me for something that I did not break. It's like, bro, you got fucking banned, bro. You got fucking banned for participating in a scam, dude. Like, did some Reddit intern or something, if I were to take a guess, look at the guest list, probably did not know who the fuck you were, and then decided to let you through as a byproduct of that? Yeah, probably, if I were to take a guess. But your dumbass was already fucking banned. Like, you're cooked. Your dumbass video basically made it such that you were never going to get fucking unbanned from any of your other fucking subreddit accounts, or, like, moderation sort of, duties and whatnot. Like, more than likely what happened, if I were to take a guess, this motherfucker basically became persona non grata. Do not interact. If you see him, fucking ban him it's on site with this motherfucker. And he decided to be like, you know what? I'm going to test that. and see if I really am persona non grata. You know, fucked around and then immediately found out. It's hilarious. And he did all of that just so he can like go be a Karen to the I don't know, like Reddit CEO to just like bitch, moan, and complain. It's incredibly fucking pathetic. But then again, we shouldn't be surprised by this arch Redditor over here wanting to go in there and just like, I don't know, just basically moan and complain about the fact that his goofy ass got banned for being too much of a fucking goofy ass. And what do I mean by being too much of a goofy ass? Oh, participating in a fucking scam, which is genuinely hilarious. I know there was also like something else that came out saying that he had a bunch of like alternate accounts that were quote unquote pushing Collargate. Now that has zero evidence. And I think has been basically debunked. We all know why he ended up getting banned from Reddit. He got banned from Reddit because he basically participated in a gambling scam, or what might have been a gambling scam. Like, that's why he got fucking banned. But, I mean, would I be surprised if this jabroni over here was also the type of dude who would have like a bunch of subreddit accounts in order to, like, I don't know, hardcore push Collargate? Oh, not at all. Definitely seems like the type of guy who would absolutely do something like that. Because again, we're dealing with someone who's a bit of a power-hungry fucking psychopath. But yeah, man, totally. We're just going to be like stupid, annoying nuisances for the fact that I just can't accept the fact that I got banned by Reddit. Yeah, why would they ban me like this? I can't believe that Reddit would do such a thing. It's just like, buddy, you got banned because of just how much of a fucking weirdo you are. And you are certainly not doing anything in order to help the reputation of Reddit by showing up at their head office in order to basically complain about the fact that your dumbass got banned. Hilarious. But then again, I would not expect anything less from this stupid dipshit known as Stale. Yeah. No, it's fucking Brian Wade, okay? Fuck this motherfucker. But yeah, I don't think there's like really much else to say besides, dog, the fucking hair transplants not helping with the phenotype, buddy. You are persona non grata. You will forever be known as the most archetypical fucking Redditor on the planet, little bro. That impression was spot on. I'm gonna be honest, it is really not hard to imitate these fucking weirdos. God. Why did he do that, man? Oh, dear dude. God, he's such a fucking weirdo, dude. Oh, I hate it when you do this game. Where'd the cat go? Oh, there you are. Hello. Do you want to be lit up? Okay, here you go, baby. Oh, you're very happy about being lit up, are you? I know you're very happy. Because you're purring. Just need to clean you up a little bit. I'm just looking to clean up your back a little bit. Keep trying to bite me. Why are you trying to bite me? We got her like a little mouse. Although she doesn't really understand chew toys. Like, she'll sometimes chew on this little mouse that makes like little squeaky noises. Sometimes. But the favorite, basically she's in the sort of mood of, if it moves, I try to kill it kind of a deal. That's the type shit that she's basically on. It's like, it moved. Killing time. I'm gonna kill, you know. Laser pointer? I do have a laser pointer, but I have not used it yet. I kept getting sent a bunch of like articles and whatnot saying that it's not good to have a laser pointer with a cat because it fucks with their hunting instincts. I'm like, okay, that probably is the case. But have you ever considered that it's really funny? I'm probably not going to use the laser pointer on her when she's still a kitten. Probably not. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, if she's a grown-up cat, then should be fine. Now you're asleep on my lap. Okay, well, here's the thing. Even though the cat is domesticated, it still has its fucking hunting instincts. Like, the cat will still stalk. The cat will still do all those instincts, whether you like it or not, even if it's, like, domesticated, right? Like, it doesn't matter. They still do the stalking. They still do all the shit. Why not foster that behavior? It's not like anything outright harmful is happening. It's a normal cat behavior. Why do you keep shaking? Man, I wish I could watch the full Jubilee episode of Tim Pool. But unfortunately, copyright. Hate copyright. Fuck copyright. All my homies hate copyright. Because Jubilee used to not be copyright cucks, and now they are copyright cucks. Stupid. Just looked it up. They say it's bad because it's rage baiting them. Uh-huh. Give them the toy or treat after it negates it. Yeah, the problem here. Okay, the problem is, Zane, is that she doesn't really understand fully how toys work yet. So that's mostly why we just have to wait until she gets a little older before we start playing with the laser pointer. Skill issue. She's only 5 weeks old. Not even that old. What the heck? Everyone just capital D colon Zane. That's a fucking D colon, dude. Yeah, your cat? Idiot. Stupid. Skill issue. Learn how to cat better. It's like, well, what do you mean? I don't have any control over that. I'm trying to help foster that. But, you know, that's ultimately up to her. Needs to join the non-PvP lobby. There's PvP lobbies? What the heck? That's crazy. Okay, so that's this all set up. Now we just have to get the coal. And whatnot. Whew. Don't know if I mentioned this before, but they found a funeral home where they were supposed to cremate the bodies. They didn't. They gave fake ashes to the families. And they found the bodies rotting in the funeral home. Huh? Wait, was the, is the, funeral home in the service hall privatized? I don't even know if they're not privatized here in Canada or not. I have no idea, honestly. Funerals are such a scam, by the way. I have to say. Those motherfuckers will charge you up out the wazoo for funeral services. It's kind of crazy. It's like weddings. Where they will also just charge you a fuck ton of money. Yeah, no public funeral homes here. Yeah, I thought so. I know that the business model is very similar to that of the wedding industry, which is why I am determined to never have a wedding. Fuck that. Mm-hmm. Same thing with weddings, by the way. And by the way, even the, like, origin of fucking weddings is also pretty stupid, by the way. It's just like, yeah, it's how the poors are supposed to flaunt wealth. It's like, okay, that's really dumb. And since all the wedding planners know how to basically take advantage of those who have no idea what the fuck's going on with their wedding. They'll always, like, upcharge you and try to give you a bunch of extra bullshit you never asked for. Very stupid. Very cringe. Also, fuck you, Fox of Fate. Says you. Says you, Fox of Fate. You putis. Very, very putis behavior. Yeah, Invocum Gigantum in my pon... Alright. We're not doing the TF2 meme. We're not going to be like El Fordus Netus. Never go full Fordus Netus. Ever. That will always be rule 1. Never go full Fordus Netus. funeral was on the south side, which made me worry because my mom and dad were also cremated in funeral homes over there. It seems like it was just the one, but I wouldn't put it past others. It might not be getting reported as well. That's entirely possible, Alex. Oh, man. Whew. Big yawn. Let's do the next thing we're going to talk about. Yep, it's time. Time for Tim Pool and Jubilee. Tim Pool. As we all know, our favored Civil War doomsayer and acceptor of Russian money, which, you know, we all know why he accepted a bunch of Russian money, because he's an idiot. Yeah, he's an idiot. But Dim Fool, Pim Tool, he has many differing names, all of which are an insult to him and his bald head that he uses to cover his with a beanie. I don't know what the fuck I was about to say. He decided to go on Jubilee in order to debate what exactly? I don't know. A bunch of random stupid fuck shit. I said this before, but I really do feel like Tim Pool going on Jubilee is basically like a Dave Rubin going on Jubilee. Dave Rubin is incredibly vapid and believes in absolutely nothing, and pretends to, like, elucidate and have a lot of effective prose to make it look like Dave Rubin knows what the fuck he's talking about. But if you do, like, a little bit of just a scratch under the surface, you can just be like, oh, Dave Rubin has literally no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He just says, like, words, and, like, it's like, okay, you said a bunch of words, and they may potentially mean some things, but, like, in reality, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just seem like your brain barely functions. You seem like a massive fucking idiot. And that's what Dave Rubin is in essence. Tim Pool is more or less the exact same. More or less. If not extremely similar to Dave Rubin. Pseudo-intellectual hack, grifter, doesn't actually believe in anything. And I didn't make a video about this. I just wanted to take a look at what the claims were, and, you know, the claims are about what you would expect from Tim Pool, where he made himself look like an absolute buffoon. Yeah, just like sheer buffoonery. But we'll go over the claims here, of course, by Tim Pool, and just basically see what he says. What do you got for me, buddy?
Surrounded claim is that the mainstream left commits more violence than the mainstream right.
Yeah, statistically speaking, that's just inaccurate, right? Listen, because quote-unquote Tim Pool likes to pretend he's like a moderate liberal when he is obviously not a moderate liberal. If we are talking about violence being perpetrated by one side, it's extremely obvious who perpetrates more violence in comparison to that of, well, someone else. That is, of course, the right wing commits way more fucking violence in comparison to that of the left. I'm just trying to find my stats in order to find it. There we go. Here. This was from the ADL about a couple years ago. They did a 10-year study over like 2012 to 2022, 2023, depending on which one you like to look at. But if we're talking about extremist related killings, by perpetrator affiliation. 84% were, of course, because of white supremacists. Out of 25 total deaths, that's 21 people. 21 people. Here, domestic extremist-related killings in the U.S. by their affiliation. Study over 9 years. 75% were done by, right-wingers. And by the way, domestic Islamist extremism, I'm going to say right now, you can probably also categorize it also as a right-wing extremism. Meanwhile, left-wing extremism, 4%. Yeah, 4%, buddy. Here, right-wing extremist related killings in the U.S. Of course, nearly 3 out of 4 killings were committed by right-wing extremists are committed by white supremacists. And even toxic masculinity extremism, so that would be probably incels here. Also 5%, who also are going to be right-wing as well. So, again, just in every sort of instance, it's all being caused by right-wingers here. Even in this chart here, like other right-wing extremism, another 4%. Anti-government extremism, depending on what lens this is sort of looked at, that can also be right or left-leaning. Who knows exactly how that exactly breaks down in terms of the numbers. And here, final fucking meme in terms of all of this. Domestic extremist mass killing events in the United States by ideology. 26 total incidents over the past 12 years. Over 60% of them were caused by the right. So, like, if we're just going purely by numbers, yeah, Tim Pool's full of shit. Does not know what he's talking about.
Next surrounded claim is that the Democratic Party has embraced authoritarianism.
That's just fucking ridiculous, obviously. Donald Trump has been actively ignoring the Constitution, ignoring Congress, and just basically just doing whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah, basically he's just like doing whatever the fuck he wants.
Next surrounded claim is that the United States is tracking towards a civil war.
Classic Tim Poolism right there. I believe, and I saw a clip coming from exactly this debate. We may hear it from our boy. Shoutouts to, of course, One Hand Politics. I believe Tim Pool has 42 videos in his video catalog that have some mention of Civil War. Not to mention all the podcast episodes that have some mention of Civil War within them. Now, you may say, well, Daho, he's got like 1,000 plus videos on his channel, only 42 of them. That's about like, it's not 1% exactly. It's like 4% of his videos. That's quite a bit. That's quite a few. Or like 3% of his videos. That's like quite a few fucking videos, man. Like 48 differing videos where this motherfucker is just like constantly talking about his or violent extremism or like violent civil war that's supposed to happen. And he's been making this claim for like the past 3 years and it still has not happened. Why? Because it makes him easy money. It's easy clicks.
My final surrounded claim is that the Constitution effectively does not exist anymore. Hi, I'm Tim.
I will half agree with Tim Pool on this one, but not for the reasons that he thinks. He thinks that the Constitution does not effectively, exist anymore because of the fact that there's a rogue executive in the Democrats who never listened to the whims of the Constitution, yada, 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 right? He's going to somehow find a way to blame the Democrats. FM Masochist with a raid of 3 viewers. Hello, 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 gamer. How's it going? Welcome, of course. As we all know, I am Da Harumba. And currently, yes, exclamation mark YouTube. Thank you, Boy Spinny. Currently, we're dunking on Dimfool. We're dunking on Pimtool. We're dunking on this complete fucking dumbass known as Dimfool. Yeah, we're doing some chud dunking. Because for whatever reason, this motherfucker decided to go on Jubilee, which is really, really stupid. But yes, variety streamer, I yap, I play video games, yada, yada, yada. And right now we're shitting on Tim Pool. What were you up to, gamer? Dusk Fade. Yes, it's the Kingdom Hearts analog. Very cool. I have to make sure that the cat does not fall because she's sleeping on my lap. there we go. She's fine now. But what were you up to, gamer? I don't know why the hell you're being so stupid right now. Why are we spending too long waiting at a junction? Are you just being dumb? Yeah, I am a cat dad. Yes, that is the reason why everyone should follow. Just because of that. Alright. Be unstuck. Don't be stupid. You beat another level in Duskfade. You're halfway through the game now. Hell yeah. Wicked. Based. Well, welcome in, gamers. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that a lot, bud. Anyway, let's just get back to dunking on Tim Pool. What was I saying? So yeah, in terms of like Tim Pool's position on the Constitution, how it's not being effective anymore, like I said before, I half agree with this point, but not for the reasonings that I think he's thinking. Again, he's probably going to point to it somehow being related to the authoritarianism of the Democratic Party, which is nonsensical, of course, but whatever, it's dim fool. If he can be a fool, he will be a fool. Should not be really surprising whatsoever. Tim Pool is probably just going to try to point at stuff like that specifically and just uses it for his like whole like culture war shtick and narrative in order to just like bitch, moan, and complain. Many such cases with Tim Pool. And he basically will like justify that in the lens of particular orders or bills by the Democrats or actions that the president takes in terms of the executive, which I find to be really, really funny because unitary executive theory can apply both ways. Tim Pool, if you don't like unitary executive theory, then maybe you should not be supporting the Republican Party as hard as you do. You know, just some basic food for thought, but whatever, you know, rules for thee, but not for me kind of a deal. Many such cases with Dim Fool over here. So, I mean, if you don't like the fact that, you know, the executive has as much power as it does, then why the fuck are you okay with Trump wielding all of that power, or the Republicans wielding all that power, and not the Democrats? I'm sensing a little bit of an inconsistency here, of course. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the Constitution not really being effective anymore, not really being enforced, that's mostly because of the fact that Donald Trump is in power and he thinks that he can overturn parts of the Constitution via executive order, which, for anyone who's got like half a brain, is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Just even like hearing that off the rip, it's just like, bro, are you high? And then, you know, Trump basically checks his like watch and says, let me check. Yeah, I'm definitely high, folks. I'm very, very high. And it's just like, are you really surprised by the fact that the Constitution effectively means nothing? Not to mention how Congress is not really doing its due diligence or its job in terms of its constitutional duty in order to keep the executive in check. That's mostly Republicans doing that. So, like, Tim, in every which way that the Constitution does not matter, you want to know who's been making it not matter? Oh, it's been the Republican Party. So why are you not upset with the Republicans if you care so much about the sanctity of the Constitution? It's almost as if he does not actually give a shit at all. But those are all the fucking claims. I think there's like some end bit where he says he's like, oh, I'm Tim Pool of Tim Cast IRL, I'm surrounded, blah, 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 blah. We're going to have to do some shitting on Jubilee, as we should. Tim Pool is being called a moderate. So originally it was a 1 moderate versus 20 liberals, right? In the title and also in the thumbnail, which has eventually been changed to Tim Pool versus 20 progressives. Now, we all know in terms of the changes to titles, Jubilee will do changes to titles depending on who bitch moans and complains the most. Looking at you, Jordan Peterson. Did Tim Pool do the exact same bitching, moaning, and complaining? I have no evidence to suggest that that is the case. Although, honestly, would not be surprised whatsoever. You know, got to do whatever it takes in order to cater to the fifis of all these fucking right-wingers. But the claim that Tim Pool is a moderate is very, very funny here. So as we all know, Tim Pool was, gleeful, shall we say, of Renee Nicole Good, who got executed in the streets by ICE during Minneapolis, where he was like, and this is a clip that we've seen before, basically soy-pogging out about the fact that he is the quote-unquote boot, and that he voted for this, and this is exactly what he wanted. Random American citizens being killed by a roving band of thugs.
First of all, when these people come out and go, Tim's a bootlicker for defending us, I'm like, no, you misunderstand. It's my boots. It's mine. I voted for them. I'm wearing the boot.
Again, quick reminder, this is just not how this fucking works. Stupid. Incredibly, incredibly fucking stupid. Right? The idea that this motherfucker can say that he is the boot, bitch, you are not the boot. You are the fucking useful foot that's basically, I don't know, like licking the fucking boots inside and out in order to be able to justify all of the authoritarian actions that the Trump administration is taking. That's your fucking purpose. You are meant to be nothing more than a stupid little stooge for the Republican Party, because that's your purpose, Tim Pool. Your purpose in life is to be nothing more than an effective little fucking idiot for the Republicans, right? Because you frame yourself as some kind of, classical liberal. Where have we heard this before? And does basically nothing more than to just act as a useful idiot for the right. That is your purpose, Tim Pool. That has always been your purpose. Unfortunately for you, you are not seeing as much, shall we say, relevance as you used to anymore because of the fact that your role is becoming obsolete. So this is why you decided to go on Jubilee, to try to rekindle that metaphorical flame.
I'm stomping on the ground. I ain't licking anybody. I'm clapping for these people that I said, please go out and enforce the law. And anybody
meanwhile, ICE does like constant violations of the Constitution every single day. Of at the very least, the 1st, the 2nd, the 4th, and the 14th, I believe, are the ones that they constantly violate.
Else who's cheering for it, who voted for it.
Oh, and the 8th.
Too, we're all wearing the boots. You're the one crying. You're the one saying.
None of you people are wearing the boots, because I guarantee you, Trump has no fucking idea who the fuck you are. This is classic textbook bootlicking here by Tim Pool, but he's like just too stupid to understand how it works. Very, very, very funny. But yes, let's just start going into the fucking claims. So, first claim here. Why do you actively support a president who's made billions of dollars since he's taken office? The things that I align with, clearly you don't align with, and that puts me in a Trump position. Wait, what does that fucking mean exactly? Wait, the things that I align with, clearly you don't align with. So you align with the fact that the president does constant fucking rug pulls and scams his fucking voters all the time? You're just okay with that. Okay, buddy.
I don't agree with that.
Then,
Those are bad things.
then why do you actively support that? Why do you actively support a president who's made billions of dollars since he's taken office? Why do you support that as somebody who loved Bernie?
The simple answer is the things that I...
Wait, I don't remember when he fucking said that he loved Bernie. I don't remember anything about, because that's, God, that was like forever ago. I don't think like Tim Pool ever really liked Bernie Sanders at all. Or maybe he said that like kind of tacitly, and then, you know, he became a useful idiot for the right after that, and then decided to do his dog shit fucking propaganda. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. So did Tim Pool ever really like Bernie Sanders? Could Tim Pool name any of the policy positions that Bernie Sanders supports? Has he ever supported Medicare for all? Has he ever been like against wars in the Middle East, like say the Iraq War, or the genocidal actions that Palestine is enduring because of Israel? I don't even think that Tim Pool has ever mentioned any of that stuff in any of his old shows, right? I don't think so. Like, the only reason why he probably thought of himself as, like, some flavor of, like, left-leaning or something was because he's the guy who decided to take a Google Glass, I think it was a Google Glass, and live streamed Occupy Wall Street, and that's, like, literally it. He was, like, the only guy doing on-the-ground journalism over that through live streaming, which was, you know, revolutionary at the time, right? Because no one really did that at that point in time. So I guess that was like his one utility, then his one like claim to fame. But then like ever since then, he's always just been like a weirdo fucking right winger, like always. But whatever. Tim Pool is never really consistent in terms of anything with his past, because if he were, well, there would be some difficult, shall we say, problems that he would have to contend with.
I align with, clearly you don't align with, and that puts me in a Trump position as opposed to a Democrat position.
Sure.
You have a lot of politicians on the Democrat side who got behind authoritarian practices during COVID. I'm not going to support those individuals.
So,
I will say...
Okay, so again, like I said before, the reason why this logic with the fucking vaccine mandates is really bad, is because by this logic, you should be against all laws, and you should be basically against all sort of rulings from the courts, all forms of rulings coming from on high from the executive. He should just be like a complete, like, I don't know, one of those like weirdo sovereign citizen types. Like the most quote-unquote extreme version of libertarianism, but we know he's not, right? By this logic, right? Because, like, think about it for, like, 3 seconds. To a certain extent, laws and certain, like, practices that we all agree are bad. Like, a law to murder is technically authoritarian, but we have come together as a society to basically agree upon the fact that, yeah, you know what? Just like going up and murdering people, it's not a good thing. Actually, it's kind of bad, right? Because it takes away the agency of someone else. So collectively as a society, we have come to the agreement that murder is kind of bad, and we should have enforcement mechanisms to try to make sure that people don't go around just murdering people, right? Because you're taking freedoms away from other people when you decide to go commit murder, right? By Tim Pool's logic, he would have to be okay with murder and all of the, you know, like rape and a bunch of other terrible crimes for the simple fact that, because of some people's rights being infringed on by the vaccine mandates and the unironic, I guess, like, if I were to take a guess at Tim Pool, like the free speech violations because of the Biden administration just asking social media companies to stop spreading misinformation about COVID while there was a pandemic going on, while the United States suffered the most casualties, most deaths, specifically from COVID in a per capita sort of basis. But whatever, sure, man. Totally. Just because of the fact that there were a bunch of bans because of COVID and some things that are authoritarian in order to make sure that there are a lot less people who would die from a plague that was going around the world, killing a bunch of people. That's like a big issue for Tim Pool. That's where he basically draws the line in terms of like authoritarianism. But nothing that Donald Trump is doing in terms of, I don't know, like going after stand-up comedians that he doesn't like, or trying to do like random subpoenas of Twitch streamers and shit. Like, I mean, it's stupid, obviously. Like, in a certain extent, if we are talking about, you know, if we're being like law absolutists or some shit, like anti-law absolutists, in Tim Pool's mind, every single law would have to be completely and utterly abolished if he wants like total complete freedom. Because again, like I said before, I think it is okay to have certain authoritarian measures if it means that there is an effective outcome, like saying stopping people from dying from a plague, right? So yeah, I really do not care about the vaccine mandates. I do not care about the fucking lockdowns and all this bullshit. And by the way, fucking Jubilee wanted to frame this motherfucker as moderate when he's, like, doing, like, COVID conspiracism. Like, okay, bro. Nice meme.
But the authoritarian practices today, you're willing to look past.
Some of them, yes.
Come on, man.
Of course.
Come on.
Do you want me to lie to you and equivocate and pretend that I think politicians are all
I don't
good
want you to lie to
people?
me, and I'm so thankful that you're being
Right.
honest. And I'm
I
glad
think-
these cameras can see that, and I hope
Absolutely.
your fan base can.
And I'd say this every single night on my
Oh, I'm sorry to say, his fan base is not going to give a fuck at all about this, because his fan base is extremely stupid.
show. It is silly that you get people who come on here and try to defend the indefensible. Like, sometimes you're a conservative, and you're wrong. Sometimes you're a Democrat.
Again, the vaccine mandates and the lockdowns were not indefensible because it was proven to be effective. Quick reminder, you want to know what Trump basically did? He wanted to basically keep the people who had COVID on a boat, right? Because that's how he came into the United States of America, from a boat. He wanted to keep the people on there basically permanently, not do any counting of people who are dying from COVID, because he was mad about the fact that it was going to make him look really bad and incredibly incompetent. Because, quick reminder, the fucking president of the United States of America is a anti-vaccine skeptic.
And you're wrong.
Sure.
It's silly to come here and be like, no matter what the argument is, I have to tribalistically defend something that's stupid.
What, like, what? The fucking vaccine mandates? Like, I didn't know that Tim Pool was an anti-vaxxer. Moderate, by the way, in terms of Jubilee's framing. Like, okay, bro. Like, nice meme. But here, more fucking memes about this. Tim Pool admits that Trump voters voted for him so that ICE can kill American citizens. Well, I mean, we had the clip, of course, of him saying that he was happy about being the boot. What do we have here?
Law enforcement.
And also, by the way, this is the motherfucker who is saying that the mainstream left, during this claim, who commits more violence than that of the right. Of course, statistics would always say otherwise, but we really should not be surprised about the fact that he was saying this.
Duly elected by a population that voted in plurality for ICE to go out and engage in these
Kill American
behaviors.
citizens?
Which sometimes, yes, absolutely. And
So what Tim Pool is immediately not understanding there is the fact that since Americans are, again, fucking idiots, they did not understand that it would potentially get as bad as this. They were just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I didn't think it would be this bad. Like, what the fuck is this, right? They thought it was like Trump ribbing and like essentially playing a bunch of make-believe and pretend. They didn't actually think that Trump was going to go through and follow through with all the crackdowns and of ICE. That ICE was as bad as people were saying, as people were warning that they were as bad as. People were just like, nah, you guys are just sensationalizing. It's not going to be that bad. And then they saw the videos of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Peretti getting killed. And they're just like, yeah. So we're definitely not for this. And that's the fucking problem. It turns out the American people, they're kind of a bit of cattle.
Oh, they voted for ICE to kill American citizens, really?
yes. Do you?
Oh, okay. What? Wow. He just admits it. That's incredible. Moderate, by the way. Very cool, Jubilee. He thinks that people wanted, like, that people wanted ICE to just be roving bands of marauders, just killing innocent American citizens. Okay, Tim. That's a new low, even for you, buddy. Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
Do you?
The average Republican, I don't think they're that crazy.
Who said the average Republican would vote? But do you not believe that there are people in this country that would vote for ICE to harm people?
Is this your argument?
Do you believe?
This is terrible, Tim.
So you think not a single person in this country wants to harm illegal immigrants?
What's the relevance? We're talking about the...
Okay, you just shifted the goalposts there, Tim. You thought I wouldn't be able to cash that out. Oh, I am. No, dumbass. Hello? Like, there's rules in terms of what ICE is doing, and they keep violating those rules over and over and over again. No, people don't want illegal immigrants to just get randomly harmed by ICE. Hello? Because what they're doing is illegal. It's against the Constitution. I thought Tim cared about the Constitution. Oh, what happened? What happened?
The fact that there is a top-down approach by Republicans like Donald Trump.
Can I ask you the question again? Can you answer the question?
And allow it to happen, foment violence in this country.
Can you answer
and
the
you're running
question?
cover for it. As a moderate.
Actually, you just did.
No, I didn't.
See, I'm pointing out
ICE violence. You're saying that people vote for it or whatever.
You don't think that there are white supremacists voting for ICE to go and harm migrants?
Are you saying that white supremacists?
Okay, hold on. He shifted the goalpost again. You were talking about people voting for ICE to harm American citizens, and that you're seemingly okay with that. Again, quick reminder, this is the motherfucker who said that he is the boot, and he's okay with the actions of ICE, and has defended the actions of ICE. So, Tim seems to be perfectly okay with the fact that American citizens are getting killed by ICE.
Supremacists voted for Donald Trump so they could kill migrants?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good to know that white supremacists make up part of the Republican Party, and Donald Trump's doing their bidding.
Yes, I.
True. Very, very true. I mean, like, Tim Pool is just moderate, by the way, just admitting that it's just like, yeah, well, good to know that you're saying that there's a bunch of white supremacists that are voting for ICE in order to do a bunch of domestic terror. Very, very cool. Very classy, Tim, that you're saying this. Moderate, by the way, who's saying this shit. Genuinely fucking insane. Also, that classy nerd, thank you for the follow, bud. I appreciate that.
I certainly believe they do.
Okay.
The initial claim that I'm making is that there is absolutely
moderate, by the way,
violence on the right. I already agree with one of the previous debaters that there's institutional violence from the right as well. The best argument against my claim actually is that the right, when they get levers of power, will use law enforcement as their vehicle for the violence that they want to engage in. Those things are.
Yeah, but Tim, you're okay with that. That's the fucking don't fucking do the liberal argument here at all. Like, no, shut the fuck up, dude. You don't fucking believe in this for even one fucking second, right? Again, same fucking clip. This was the motherfucker who was soy pogging out about being the fucking boot, and that's what he voted for. Okay, dude.
Are all fair. My point is that we are not.
That's a nice, long, drawn-out concession. Thank you for.
But it's not a concession because maybe we agree.
Oh, okay.
See,
I don't think. I believe this guy's name is David. I don't think David really agrees with that. I don't think so. I don't think he agrees with that. I don't think, like, David is okay with a bunch of random fucking pillagers and wannabe rapists running around doing a bunch of, like, racial profiling of people, which the Supreme Court has allowed them to do, running around just, like, randomly killing people or, like, throwing them into basically camps. I don't know, guys. I don't think the American people are okay with that.
I think. Well, didn't you say the modern political left commits more violence than modern political right? So now you're saying
just because.
That's another good catch out there by David as well. Yeah, like, again, initial fucking claims saying that the left commits more violence than the right, and he just literally admitted that, yeah, the right will definitely use institutional violence in order to be able to enforce their fucking positions. It's like, damn, Tim, it's almost as if you're contradicting your own claim, you stupid motherfucker. But then again, it's Tim Pool. He's a fucking dumbass. But here, our big man, our big boy, Mason, one-hand politics. God, he got to debate both Dave Rubin and also Tim Pool. I'm jealous of the man. I would do literally anything to talk with those fucking two jabronis. I would do anything, unironically. But I'm too tiny for that, so it'll probably never happen. But here, moderate Tim Pool says Nick Fuentes is not a Nazi. Okay, real fucking quick. Nick Fuentes is a seditious conspiracist who engaged in January 6th alongside a bunch of his, like, Groyper neo-Nazi little weirdos. He did Holocaust conspiracism on his live stream, talking about, quote-unquote, how is it possible for people to bake that many cookies that quickly? How could you bake 6 million cookies in that amount of time? Should be fairly obvious what he means by that. He's done all of the neo-Nazi conspiracisms and is incredibly fucking anti-Semitic. Don't believe Nick Fuentes' shtick when he does this old little song and dance about being, you know, anti-Zionist. It's a bunch of hooey. It's a bunch of bullshit. Anywho, what do we have here?
This is our moderate, by the way, everybody.
True.
Moderate. Do you know who Chris Ray is? Explain to me. Well, you have a show talking about politics every day. I would think.
Wait, how the fuck does he not know who Chris Ray is? That was the CIA director under Trump 1.0, I believe. I think he's still the current CIA director. I don't remember 100% for certain.
I think that you know. But Chris Wray was the former...
Let's not do this. If you have a point to make, let's make a point. Let's not try and play these games.
So Chris Wray was the former FBI director under Donald Trump's first term.
Oh,
he
that's
said
right.
that he even agreed with the findings from both the congressional research session that right-wing violence is way more proliferate in this country than left-wing violence.
That's not meaningful to a voter. Let me explain. The Republican Party rejects neo-Nazism, correct?
No, not really. Nah. Now they'll court Nazi voters, absolutely, 1,000%. Like, what do you think is the whole point of I don't know, like the further entrenchment of ICE within the annals of government? Kind of the point of it is to deport a bunch of people, which is something that neo-Nazis want. But okay, dude, whatever.
No, Donald Trump invited Nick Fuentes to have dinner with him, with Kanye West.
So tell me one politician who went out and campaigned for the neo-Nazi vote.
I'm blanking
Paul
on his name.
Gosar?
Gosar in
Is that a
in
mainstream
Arizona.
view in this country?
Well, we could talk about Gosar. We could talk about Matt Gaetz. We could talk about...
Matt Gaetz is not endorsing neo-Nazis.
I mean, he's not... Okay, Tim Pool is going to be obtuse about this, obviously. Nobody is going to explicitly endorse neo-Nazism. But they'll Pepe posts about it, right? That's kind of the point, Tim. That's why it is bad to support these things. But do we think that Tim Pool knows about this stuff? Nah, probably not.
Nazism. And Donald Trump
Are
said
you kidding me?
Nazis should be condemned entirely.
No, he's literally partnering with the America First movement. He was
America First and neo-Nazism are totally different.
Bro, so you don't...
What the fuck is this dumbass pedantry? America First and neo-Nazism is not it. They're totally different. They're not the same. Tim, do you know the history of where America First came from? Oh, from American neo-Nazis from the 1930s during the advent of World War II. Basically trying to say, America, do not interfere in World War II. Just be isolationist. In-fucking credible, dude.
Do you think Nick Fuentes is a neo-Nazi? I forgot you've had him on your show. Oh my god, I literally...
That's true.
I wouldn't describe Nick Fuentes as a neo-Nazi.
You don't think that Nick Fuentes...
Jesus Christ, man. Bro, unironically, he did Holocaust denial on stream. We can find the clips. He did that shit. But not a neo-Nazi, by the way. Okay, bro.
Celebrating Adolf Hitler is not neo-Nazi adjacent.
Yeah, he did. That's also another thing Fuentes said. He did say that the kids love Hitler. That was a thing he also said.
I think you have to be very specific on what your terms are. And so when you go to an American voter and say something like...
This is our moderate, by the way.
Moderate, by the way.
This is our moderate.
Indeed.
Keep going.
So when you go to a regular American and ask them what is meaningful to them in terms of an election, you don't have Democrats or Republicans endorsing violence. But you also don't have... Charlie Kirk's a good example. He threw out Nick Fuentes. He threw out white identitarians, white nationalists from his events. They were not...
Wait. Tim Pool is lying here, by the way. And that's kind of why the main reason for as to why basically Nick Fuentes started to basically do this like harassment campaign of Charlie Kirk was because of Charlie Kirk trying to be a bit more of a secular libertarian, basically. Obviously, everything that comes out of Charlie Kirk's mouth should never be believed. He's a grifter through and through. Here's the thing specifically with Nick Fuentes and with Charlie Kirk before he died. He certainly took an interesting Christian turn before he got assassinated. Why, you may ask? To capitulate and sort of, well, not endorse, but to basically throw the white nationalists a bit of a bone. Again, Charlie Kirk has always been some flavor of a white nationalist. Period, end of story. All these people were, especially back during the days of, like, the SJW getting owned compilations and, like, fucking Trump 1.0. They were all just basically silent about it, right? They would never actually, quote-unquote, reveal their fucking power levels. But Charlie Kirk would always do the exact same, like, anti-black, like, the Islamophobia bullshit, all the racism. He would always fucking do that, just like every other fucking right-winger. So, again, you're going to make the claim that, quote-unquote, oh, yeah, neo-Nazis got kicked out of Charlie Kirk's events. Yet all of a sudden, he's, like, embracing their positions on, like, you know, several days before he dies. Oh, I wonder why that is, Tim. Wonder why that is. But, you know, knowing Tim, he'll never be consistent or ever answer any of those fucking questions. But, yeah, sure, dude. Whatever.
Not welcome. That's mainstream. You don't have riots coming from the Republican Party and the right, although you do have January 6th and things like that. When you take a look at the, say, the shootings of the Tesla facilities, the execution of Aaron Danielson, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and one of the attempted...
Oh, of course, this motherfucker unironically believes, of course, that, what was I going to say? Of course, this motherfucker basically believes that... Tyler Robinson was probably some flavor of a leftist, even though we have literally zero evidence. And by the way, that was also a thing that Nick Fuentes decided to fucking glam onto, trying to like pretend that he was like a, I don't know, like a big Charlie Kirk fan, when he got assassinated, saying that, oh my god, this is actually like really bad guys. When we all know in reality, Nick Fuentes would be okay with assassinations happening on people. It just depends on who the fucking target is. But whatever. Like, sure, man. He probably also thinks that left-wingers do way more riots in comparison, when they, in reality, it's just fucking protests. He's just a fucking liar, man.
The assassinations on Donald Trump, not the Pennsylvania one. You can see the underlying ideologies overlap with the Democratic Party. When you take a look at, like...
Yeah, that's just, like, not even true. The only one where you could say that that's the case is... the most recent one, and that being what I think his name is Alex Cole, I think, in DC. But that's like literally it. All the other ones were either like weirdo, just like schizos basically, or just very, very like strange Republicans. The vast majority of the people who tried to pull hits on Donald Trump were Republicans or conservatives of some flavor, like maybe even like never Trump Republicans, but nah, they're all like left-wingers to Tim Pool.
Nick Fuentes, he's opposed to the Republican Party. He's been actively endorsing Democrats right now.
He's been saying that the Republican...
Okay, the problem with that is because, as Mason is saying, it's because he thinks that the right is, or rather that the Republicans are too right, or not too left, basically, and they're basically completely cucked out to Israel, right? That's the reasoning for as to why Nick Fuentes is saying that. Again, it's not because he's honest in terms of his, like, quote-unquote anti-Zionist bona fides. He's not. He's a liar. He's saying that because he wants the Republican Party to endorse neo-Nazism, but whatever. Yes, Nick's definition of left versus right does revolve around anti-Semitism. That's true, Boymisvini.
Party is too left for him. It's not that he's opposed to the Republican Party in principle.
This is literally my point.
No,
Nick Fuentes comes out and says...
That's not literally the point that you're making, though, Tim. Like, I don't even know what exactly your fucking point is. What, you think that, like, Nick Fuentes is too much of an extremist? You had him on your fucking show, you dumbass. Okay, whatever.
Do not vote for Trump. The mainstream Republican Party is at odds with these people.
No, again.
No, they're not, though. They'll still court their votes anyways. They still will do all the anti-nativists, like, not anti-nativists, the anti-immigration nonsense that fucking feeds into into what exactly these guys believe in all the time, and that's being incredibly nativist. Like, they still cater to neo-Nazis, whether you like it or not.
If you're looking at all of the empirical data, the violence is way more on the right.
But
so
that's not
you
the
can say
claim.
what your feelings are. You
that's
can
not
say
my
that.
feeling nor the claim.
No,
it is not meaningful to.
But that is exactly what your fucking claim is, Tim. Why are you running away from your own claim?
A voter to say we don't like neo-Nazis and white supremacists because the
It's
Republican
meaningful
Party
to say.
is not saying
It's
they want a
meaningful to
white
say.
America.
Let's be objective of where the violence is coming from.
That's true. But then again, Tim doesn't want to admit to that because he'd have some complicated sort of, let's just say, holes he'd have to navigate, or complicated path he'd have to navigate. But here, we're getting to the fucking highlight of it all. We're getting to the highlight. Tim Pool rage quitting when he got called out for being a grifter, because That's what he is to a fucking T. Again, this is the guy who pretends to be a classical liberal, who pretends to be a liberal, a moderate, quote-unquote, because that it gives a permission structure for the right wing in order to be able to go more extreme. Because it's like, well, look at these quote-unquote classical liberals, these moderates who do agree with our ridiculous positions, when, again, the only reason why Tim Pool is doing this specifically, because he's a grifter, was because he wasn't getting paid enough at Vice to do the journalism work that he was doing, and he got paid way more by right-wingers. Like, for fuck's sake, even the Russians gave him a bunch of money to spread his fucking propaganda and bullshit. And apparently, allegedly, also the Israelis. What do we have here?
My next surrounded claim is that the United States is tracking towards a civil war.
There's 42 of your titles that have the word civil war in it.
Correct.
With big fonts on the front.
They sure do.
So why is that? It's sensationalist. It's easy to get clicks on that. There's a reason why you say it, because it's very profitable for your business.
Not necessarily.
But there's
Again, and that is textbook definition of course, what a grifter is, right? Using sensationalized headlines for things that you may not even ultimately believe in order to make a bunch of, well, money, gain prominence, what have you. There's a bunch of different things. Like, 42 fucking videos out of, again, 1,600. That's a decent chunk of videos. It's about 2.5% of your video catalog is dedicated to your Civil War. And that's only in Timcast IRL. Who knows how many times this motherfucker has mentioned that on the podcast?
We have 1,600 episodes of just IRL.
There comes a point where people stop taking your predictions seriously.
Are you going to make an argument, or are you mad at me?
Cope? A Cope, by the way. Real quick, this is also the exact same motherfucker who said that Donald Trump was going to win the 2020 election in a 49-state landslide or a 50-state landslide. He was also saying that Donald Trump was going to get fucking New York and California. There's a reason why people aren't treating you seriously. It's because you're not a serious political actor. You're a fucking clown who does like a little song and dance for the right wing in order to further legitimize their positions. That's the fucking issue, Tim.
I'm not mad at you.
Okay, then let's make an argument about whether or not we are tracking. No. If you're making an argument, you don't like my thumbnails, or you say my name over and over again.
I'm saying that you say bullshit in order to get money. But what
let
I
me
really think is
ask you a
the
question.
predictions.
Let me ask you a question you can't answer.
I will agree with you that there's increased polarization. I would attribute a lot of that to people being specifically online.
Let me ask.
There's a lot less interaction with people that are in different camps.
Let me. You defer.
AKA byproducts of the social media environment that we're in, of course.
Say that there's a civil war every fucking year and it doesn't happen. And
I never said there was.
It just hasn't happened yet.
Let me ask you.
I believe. Wait, you never said there was a civil war coming? Tim, do we need to go through your video catalog? And if I were to Control F Civil War, I would probably be able to find it like literally immediately. Like, we could just do that really, really easily. Like, shut your goofy ass up. And you can tell that he's getting a bit mad here, right? He is not happy about the fact that he's being called a grifter, because that's what it is specifically with these people. They get real mad about being called a grifter because there's only one thing that all these right-wingers care about the most. That's the money. If you're trying to fuck with the money, that's when these motherfuckers will come out of the woodwork and have, a big old fucking conniption with you. Very, very common line of behavior with these complete utter freaks. Yeah, hit dog also hollers. Exactly, Armor Quills.
Or if it does happen, you say, see, I've had it all
Let me
along.
ask you a question.
You are the same thing as like the Christian rapture people who say that the rapture's coming every fucking year, and when it doesn't happen, it's
do you want a soapbox? Do you want me to get you a soapbox? I can leave. You want me to go?
It's really easy to do what you do. It's really easy to do what you do.
Dude, bro, he rage quits and the fucking beanie goes on. God, he's ooh, that's good. That's good. That's fantastic. Yeah, fucking cope and seethe. Everyone laugh at Tim Pool for being a fucking loser. Dude. Tim, if you didn't want to be so upset about the fact that you're getting called out for being a grifter, for your sensationalist fucking headlines and bullshit about a civil war being right around the corner, then guess what? Maybe you should not have done it constantly.
Like, you literally just say, Civil War is happening next year. Civil War is happening next year. It's coming. Make sure you subscribe to Timcast. Continue to watch my videos, please. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. It's easy to do what you...
Very true. God, that's... Whew, man. Right on the fucking money. Absolute fucking cinema. Fantastic catch out there, of course, by One Hand Politics, a.k.a. Mason. Because that is literally all that Tim Pool did for about... God, when did he start making the Civil War claims? It was at least 3 years ago. I'd have to look at the Majority Report because they immediately started tracking that stuff, being like, so Tim Pool keeps saying that there's like a civil war right around the corner. Like, what's up with that? And I think this was back when Tim Pool was like the #1 podcast in America, because he used to be the #1 podcast, believe it or not, in America. Why? I don't know. Fucking take your pick for as to why that's the reasoning. It's not going to be good. So he was like starting to push this Civil War narrative over and over and over again. Probably because of I think it was because of the COVID mandates. It was either because of the lockdowns or the mandates. It's one of the two. Which is why, again, like the whole like anti-vax conspiracism I just find to be extremely funny. With like Tim Pool for pretending to be a moderate when moderates were okay with the fucking vaccine mandates and lockdowns because they understood. And by the way, it wasn't even federal. It was a state by state thing. But whatever. Tim Pool doesn't care about any of this because he's a fucking liar. It should really go without saying that because of the quote unquote constitutionality of the shutdowns and the vaccine mandates, which are being done on a state by state basis. That's why Tim Pool was saying that it's there was a civil war right around the corner. It's mostly because of just like stupid, idiotic conspiracism to have red meat to feed to his like dumb fucking conspiratorial audience. But I mean, what else is there to really say? Tim Pool, you got fucking turned into food. Yeah, this shit did end up being a fucking Dave Rubin situation like I thought. And I mean, dog, this bit right here with the beanie right at the end by Mason should pretty much just tell you everything you need to know about how cowardly, pathetic, and how massive of losers these motherfuckers like Tim Pool are, right? You call them out for being a grifter, for being a fucking liar, just like once in their miserable, wretched lives, and they lose their fucking shit. Because guess what? You can call these motherfuckers pretty much anything under the sun. But if there's one thing that these guys will never tolerate, it's being called a grifter. Because if they are called a grifter and they're found out to be grifters, then the whole game is up. They know that it is just a matter of time that people are just not going to sort of attend or listen to any of their stupid fucking videos and sensationalized bullshit that they keep constantly pushing with their platforms over and over and over again. That's when they know they're basically cooked, and they are on, at the very least, a bunch of borrowed time, because that means more and more people, like normies, are going to start finding out that in reality, people like Tim Pool are nothing more than a bunch of charlatans and fucking liars. Don't think there's really much else to say besides get turned into absolute food for a bunch of actual real debaters who care about the issues. Debate you, Tim Pool, you fucking idiot. There's a lot of tabs I had open. Many tabs. Oh, so many tabs. And the kitten is asleep now. Very cool, very good. Lovely, fantastic. All right. Hassan Piker lawyers up. A debunked clip compilation was used to accuse Hassan Piker of calling for lynchings. He told Status that litigation against Scott Jennings, Salem Media, and Fox News now seems unavoidable. I mean, we saw the clip compilation. That was, it was egregious. It was really, really bad. So, you know, eh. Very funny. Alright, I'm going to grab some water, and then we're going to start with the final segment that we have planned, where we're just going to be dunking on more people. Well, specifically a very stupid person. Alright, lovely. Alright, gamers, I'm going to grab some water, and I will be right back, because I'm thirsty. We're back. We're so Barack Hussein Obama. Feels good to be back, folks, let me tell you. Okay. What do we need to do now? Right. I'm basically tackling all of this shit in pieces. So, thing that handles the polymer resin. Thing that handles the initial processing of heavy oil residue. Then there's going to be the turbo fuel production. And the thing that makes all of the compacted coal for all the turbo fuel. If my calculations are correct, this is probably going to make, like, something in the range of, like, 30,000 megawatts? Well, that's if I go the full 160. Which I don't think I can, because I don't have enough compacted coal and sulfur in this area. Really, the only question that remains is, how exactly am I going to pump up all of the turbo fuel to the fuel generators themselves? Because, bad news, we might be running out of a bit of space, at least to go horizontally. I mean, we can always go vertical, of course. That means having to use pumps. But it's not like pumps are the worst thing. Like, maybe I will put all the fuel generators on top of the refineries. Maybe? I don't know. But we're probably going to have, like, just 3 rows of these things, I think. Which means we have a bunch of extra heavy oil residue. To do what with exactly? That's a good question. We can use it to make smokeless powder. Because we're going to have a bunch of extra compacted coal. We can use that to turn into... because we have another coal mine, of course. Make a bunch of black powder. Make the smokeless powder. So then we can make guns. And ammunition for guns. That'll be nice. For the next part of our operation, that is Operation Dimensional Depot. Which means hunting for Mercer Spheres. Which means we need a gun. But then we need to craft high-speed connectors for the homing ammo and a bunch of other bullshit. Yada, yada, yada. And then we also have to somehow get all the bullets from here over to, well, the main facility. And we can always just use a train. When in doubt, train. When in doubt, use a fucking train. There's always trains. We'll have to keep it a relatively simple ordeal at first. And I'll also have to find some fucking train blueprints that I like. It gives me like junctions, stations, whole bunch of other bullshit. Yeah, I like trains. That's true. I do like trains. I like trains. Gets hit by a train. Okay. Man, this project definitely still has a lot of work left to do. Okay. That's 7. Perfect. Okay, so 350. That goes into the refinery. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, I have to make sure that my numbers are also good on this stuff as well. And then I make one more row of this stuff. Then I make all the refineries. And then that will pretty much be everything we need to do. We can just flick this thing on. And then we just put up all the fuel generators. We're going to need a lot of supplies for that still. And then we can turn on this power plant. A big-ass power plant. Each row of 40 makes what? 9,000 megawatts each. Multiply that by at least 3. That's going to be 27,000. 27,000 megawatts. Pretty good. Pretty good, I would say. And we'll also have an extra source of plastic. To do what with? I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll think of something. I hate having multiple hit tweets in a day. How dare I do such things? How does Daho improve his Twitter game? I have no idea. So I'm not going to answer that question. Because I can't answer that question because I have no fucking idea how I did this. Alright. Final fucking meme. A crack of the neck. Alright, let's get started. Alright, I wasn't originally going to talk about this. Or I was not originally going to talk about this. Jesus Christ. Brain, can we function, please? But yeah, I was not originally going to talk about this bullshit. Why? Because it's fucking stupid. Okay, period, end of story. We can close the video and move on with all our lives. Like, Honkler is here. Memes aside. Yeah, originally I was not really intending on talking about this drama. Can we call it a drama? Is this a drama? Is it fair for me to call this a drama? Sure, I suppose. Talking about how Bao the Whale, known VTuber, but apparently Fleshposting, the horror, it's fucking over, boys. Basically doing more IRL content. Why? I don't fucking know. Because you felt like it? Yeah? Yeah, end of an era. It's over. Yeah, I'm unsubscribing. I'm no longer a tier 3 sub or whatever the fuck. Like these schizophrenics probably think. Yeah, here's the thing with this whole sort of like fiasco. Because I'm not really going to go through the reactions of this from all the right-wingers. Because it's mostly right-wingers that are having a meltdown about Bao. Because they have like this conception of Bao in their mind as like the boogeyman, of course. Of course, with this dumbass Emerald Apple, who never posts anything good whenever they post their their essays on Twitter. This dude is trying to say it's because of the Cinder drama, which I'm going to say right now, Bao was just a victim. Like, that, she literally did nothing wrong in terms of the Cinder drama. So I don't know why you're mentioning this, but again, compounding a factor that this motherfucker will just bring up because bro probably has no idea what happened during the entirety of all that. Like, she literally did nothing. And she was just a victim of Red's bullshit, but sure, whatever. The Skeb drama, I don't remember exactly what this one is. I'm just gonna, I think they're like, Skeb's like an artist or some shit. I'm not 100% privy for as to what Skeb is. And she said, like, she had, like, some take about Skeb that nobody received well. Or, I don't know, maybe not nobody received well. That a bunch of people disagreed with, but sure. And the Misandry drama recently. Wait, what recent Misandry drama? Is this motherfucker talk about Sykkuno? Again, the Sykkuno drama, Bao, in terms of her initial take, where she vague posted about this, 1000% bulletproof take. She was correct in her assessment of saying that if you are an up-and-coming content creator and someone decides to, like, slide into your chat or your DMs or whatever, trying to get real cozy with you, you should not walk, run. She is 1000% correct about that. And everyone thought that she was talking about Miskiff in that particular instance, right? Which I initially thought was a little weird. It's like, well, Miskiff, because during that whole time, the Emiru allegations came out against Miskiff. We all know how that's been playing out in court. Disaster for Emiru. In terms of all of that, she basically tried to use that as a catalyst to essentially talk about Sykkuno, right? And Sykkuno has always had a bunch of rumors swirling around him, talk about how he's a bit of a predator, right? And of course, since a lot of right-wingers are wannabe predators themselves, they love to play a bunch of semantics and word games in terms of, oh, what is actually a predator? Is Sykkuno a predator? Because the only people who get mentioned as predators are pedophiles. And it's just like, that's just not true. That's not an accurate assessment for as to what a predator is. Fundamentally speaking, just to say this immediately, if we are talking about a predator, we are talking about someone who is going to be able to get favors from someone in an exploitative sense. That is what a predator is. A predator is an individual or somebody who's going to get favorable deals or, access to something in an exploitative manner or fashion from the affected party, right? About as quick and simple of a definition as we can possibly sort of basically go with before we get into like too much into the weeds and too many unnecessary details. We don't need to talk about that. Bao was basically 1000% correct about the whole situation, and a lot of people also like to talk about Bao having something to do with the Hemomel Google document in terms of her role in that whole drama when it all basically blew up 5 months later. Bao literally had nothing to do with either the Mugen video, with Sykkuno being called a predator, which I do agree with. I do think he is a predator, because again, fundamentally it's about the exploitation, and had nothing to do at all with the Google documentation that Hemomel created. She had nothing to do with any of this stuff. And if you ever ask for any evidence of these claims from these schizophrenics, they never provide any. Which means, yeah, I'm on the money with saying that, yeah, she literally had absolutely nothing to do with this. And now they're complaining about her, I don't know, doing a bit of flesh posting, and still continuing to call herself a VTuber. Although apparently she took the VTuber moniker out of her fucking bio, which I don't see why that really matters. So, okay. Here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to start talking about subgenres of culture and interpretations of art. Because here's the thing. If we are talking about the subgenres of VTubers, and if we want to do the whole sort of infinite regress in terms of all of this, technically speaking, VTubers are already in violation in terms of their pure, because a lot of these people have like rather puritanistic sort of ideas for as to what certain subgenres of culture are. These motherfuckers should have a problem with the fact that VTubers are crimping from idol culture, because that's where this originally came out of from the beginning. They should have a problem with VTubers who do not do concerts. They should have problems with VTubers who do not do covers. They should have problems with VTubers who just sit there and just yap all day, just talking with their fucking chat, right? Because that is not impertinence to idol culture. Idols don't just sit around yapping with a bunch of fans on a live stream. That never fucking happens. They do their dances, they do their music videos, and they do their concerts. That's all that idols, generally speaking, do within Japan, Korea, and other, like, Asian fucking countries, right? That's literally it. So if we're talking about purely, just pure puritanism, they should have a problem with VTubers playing video games. They should have problems with VTubers just chatting with people. They should have problems with VTubers engaging in the general actions of streamers, right? They should only be singing and doing covers of songs. They should only be doing concerts. That's literally it. But for some reason, these people are being wholeheartedly inconsistent in a lot of their beliefs. I wonder why that's the case. Almost as if these motherfuckers have zero beliefs from the beginning. It turns out, in terms of a lot of subgenres of art, of culture, a lot of interpretations are going to be made because, and we're going to say it, art is incredibly subjective. Media is incredibly subjective. Certain people are going to have interpretations of a medium that's not going to be necessarily sort of pertinent or accurate to the sort of like pure form that it's supposed to normally take, right? And that's just been how artwork has worked throughout history. People's interpretations, people's sort of takes on certain mediums being different is what allows these, well, artistic forms to be able to grow and become more varied and interesting and stay dynamic for as long as they do. But of course, right-wingers are not interested in any of that whatsoever. They prefer to have everything stay stagnant. For what reason exactly? Because they're like a bunch of nostalgic cuck weirdos, and in reality, most of these motherfuckers do not care at all in terms of artistic production. For them, a lot of right-wingers, of course, art is essentially a means in order to be able to project power, to confirm their internal fucking biases. But do any of these people, generally speaking, care about that at all whatsoever? No. All these motherfuckers are fucking hypocrites. Now, Daho, or rather, intrepid viewer, you may be asking yourself a question. Why the fuck do you have a Queeman video up? Because of the fact that we're going to be going through someone in particular that... Do I want to say I've had on my radar for a while? Not really. I've seen a bunch of their takes pop up here and again, like on the fucking timeline every now and again. And I always thought that their takes were incredibly fucking stupid. Here's who we're actually talking about. Yeah, thank you, Twitter. This motherfucker called Scrubbing. This dude's like a drama commentary channel who's apparently a VTuber, but is in reality actually a flesh poster. That's a little interesting. But dude wants to be a VTuber or something. This motherfucker also does the whole stupid puritanical sort of culture, of course, that a lot of these right-wingers, generally speaking, do as well. Because this guy had a fucking take which was incredibly fucking stupid, right? Trying to basically say, of course, in response to this stupid motherfucker, talking about how Bao, and this is what got me interested from the beginning, because he was trying to defend his stupid take. He was trying to say that Bao called Sykkuno a fucking predator. No evidence for this whatsoever, and he has not posted any evidence for any of this claim at all at any point in time. But you may be wondering, Daho, why the fuck do you have this Queeman video up? Because this video right here was basically who gave me the introduction to this motherfucker. And I'm going to tell you right now, if someone is learning about you through a fucking Queeman video, oh buddy, you are not in a good spot. You are not in a good position if that is the fucking case. So obviously, this dumbass motherfucker had a take about the demi-drama. For those who may not know, the demi-drama can be summarized so easily. Basically, Chibi Reviews and Rev Says Desu got bored one day. They decided to stir up some fucking drama that was basically should have just been a nothing burger about Demi setting some boundaries in terms of artwork that she likes of her model. She set a boundary. These motherfuckers did not understand the boundary. It got worked out with the artist. Period. End of story. Should be the end of the drama. But unfortunately for a pedophile like Chibi Reviews and a dumb fuck like Rev Says Desu, apparently there's a big drama afoot. And we have to make a whole fucking conniption about this. And of course, this Scrubbing individual had to jump in on this and basically offer absolutely nothing to the whole fucking drama. Say all of the exact same bullshit that Chibi Reviews and also Ref Says Desu was, and not actively challenge any of the fucking narratives. Because unironically, these motherfuckers tried to like do a schizophrenic analysis of one of Demi's VODs where they were making the claim that she was getting cracked on stream. And it's just like, bro, what the fuck are we talking about here, bro? When it was just more than likely just a bunch of the physics of the model of her moving around in her chair. So we could have like come up with like literally any other solution or any other sort of like thought in terms of why Demi was moving in the way that she was while playing a scary game, and why she was jiggling in the way that she was. Now we have to say that she was having sex on stream or something. Whatever. But Chibi Reviews and Rev Says Desu being stupid liars, and then this motherfucker decided to jump in with his really dogshit fucking commentary and all of this. Great. Fantastic. What do we have here from Queeman?
Does not get better from here, let me assure you. Now, I watched this video at the end of Kickstream last night. Now, am I crazy? Has this guy always been a commentary channel, or was he not a clips channel when he started inserting himself? Twitch Scrubbing. Yeah, this guy's super disabled.
Yeah, from what I understand, I think this guy used to be a clipper, and then he decided to do commentary. He's not good at it.
And so we're gonna take a look at some of this, guys. Okay, I think let's start here.
Hello everyone and welcome to another brand new video. I just cannot even imagine what the VTubing world was like before I joined it, because Jesus Christ, I have never seen a community filled with the most crazy, most random drama ever. So if you guys may have missed it the other day, I'll have a video for it linked down below. This kind of covers a lot more of like the back and forth and the bigger drama. I'll try to summarize it kind of quickly here because there has been new ongoings that have happened. This very popular VTuber Denny.
So immediately, Mutaha, White Mutaha. There's been ongoings that have happened. Well, ongoing is present. So ongoings that have happened. That can't be the case, can it? White Mutaha. That can't be the case. So that's a...
Yeah, he does not, like... This guy does not know how to word well. Which is... You know, if you're a commentary channel, it's kind of important to know how to word well. You know, to know how to speak. To know what words means. You know, kind of important.
We're right off the bat with the malapropisms, which is explained to me, like, grog like you. Yeah, now get to the perversion. Come on, retard. So he goes over all this stuff. I think we give a fuck about most of this. Now, here we go. Here we go.
Is the reaction towards Chibi. Some people come out Chibi, you know, once you guys kind of see for like kind of throwing the first throw, stick, throwing whatever, shooting the first shot. And
throwing the first throw, stick, throwing whatever, shooting the first shot.
and people
not very good at sayings.
Then like this guy give you like a 20%, like a 20 mile per hour throw, a little bit like a bonk, if you will, like a Nerf ball thrown at you, and you're throwing back like a missile.
Yes. So guys, here we go.
I don't even understand, like, what the fuck is he saying there? Like, Nerf ball, Nerf throw, ball. Does anyone understand what this motherfucker is saying? Like, did he not do well in English class? Like, that's literally the only thing I can think of. Now, listen, I'm a STEM nerd, okay? A little bit of cringe, I know. A little bit of cringe, a little bit of admission for me. I'm a STEM nerd, never was the best at English class. I was always, you know, known in my high school, for lack of a better term, of having really, really, really good speeches and being able to sort of, like, I don't know, play to a crowd well. Lost that fucking ability, I suppose, for lack of a better term. Here's the fucking thing, right? This dude was trying to use a saying, trying to shoot the first shot or cast the... Was he trying to, like, I don't know, combine cast the first stone and shoot the first shot or something? Like, I don't even understand. Like, what the fuck is he saying? Like, does he not know how to speak English very well? Does he know? Does he know?
Finally into it. This is the first piece of evidence. Let's see, guys.
This has a lot of people watching this. What is this?
Of course. This? Of course! Yes! I have bad news, Evans. Yarrow says that was a problem with the proposed power source.
Okay.
So, guys, are we noticing crazy here? Dude, her VTuber model's bobbing. Her VTuber model's bobbing.
Yes.
Guys, the VTuber is bobbing.
Everything's talk.
I have bad news, Evans.
Dude, I'm straight gripping my chair. I'm straight fucking...
Proposed power source.
Sorry, I'm gonna just, you know...
Again, real quick, this was where a bunch of, like, dumbasses and, like, random schizophrenics comb through a VOD, like, frame by frame, to try to make the argument that Demi was getting cracked live on stream because of this. She, you know, she could not have been, like, bobbing in her chair. She could not have been, like, I don't know, just, like, bouncing her leg or anything. You know, anything. It could be literally anything else. Nah, she was getting fucked live on stream. Obviously, that's the only option that's possible, guys.
The immersion of the segment for a moment. I saw a reply to Chronic's tweet of my coverage of this last night. Someone saying, don't care if it's true or not, still hot as fuck. Whatever. Well, what can you do? What can you do?
Okay. I'm also not, like, I've piloted my VTuber, is that the right word? Like, I've used my VTuber model, and I'm kind of a bouncy person. Like, this entire video, I've been, like, bouncing my leg nonstop, like ADHD. Like, I even on my stream sometimes, if I'm just kind of grooving, I'm going like this. So I feel like I get picked up in your model, right? Yep. But the weird, like, the timing, the wording, the, like, enunciations.
The enunciations, guys. The enunciations in the...
Bro, what the fuck is an enunciation? Do you mean enunciation? Again, we're dealing with someone who's incredibly fucking stupid. What is an enunciation? That's not a word. Scrubbing, do you know how to word well? You are a commentary channel. You're supposed to know how to speak if you are doing this. Bro, I'm enunciating so well, guys.
In this clip, I cannot believe it. If it weren't for the enunciations, you wouldn't be able to tell she was having sex.
Grooving, I'm going like this. So I feel like I get picked up in your model, right? Yep. But the weird, like...
No, I think they said association. I don't think it's association, Fox. I think it's supposed to be enunciate. How the fuck do you get association from... Enunciation. I don't know, man.
Like, the timing, the wording, the, like, enunciations. I was waiting for a model to be, like, going like this or something, dude. Like, I feel like this is, like, funny to me, but...
So, I believe the term that we're looking for here is called puppeteering, right? Where, you know how, like, there's, like, VTuber models who have, like, you know, the crazy faces and all the reactions and all this fucking bullshit, blah, 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 where they can do, like, a lot of expression in terms of the rigging and whatnot. Again, it's called puppeteering, right? Like, and a lot of VTubers will have, like, very expressive faces, very often because of the fact that they are doing a bunch of movements with their face to have the model, basically like, I don't know, smile or do an eyebrow raise, whatever, like general sort of like body language stuff. And since it's being done through an electronic medium, it's more difficult for the webcam to try to pick up that sort of stuff. So it's going to be very, very much so exaggerated here, Fox of Fate, just for you, buddy.
Like, this is VTuber gossip.
This? Of course! Yes! I have bad news, Evans. Yarrow says that there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked. Wow, I cannot fucking read, dude.
Okay. I'm trying to think of like a streamer perspective, because I've streamed, and sometimes I'm like even on this video, I've like sturmered over words for sure, and sometimes you just give it up.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Kind of like the...
Sturmered? You mean stutter?
I don't know. Like, is this like weird to dice?
Okay, listen. Okay. Are we being a little problematic? Potentially. I don't know if this guy is just like, again, grug, very stupid, disabled, or whatever. I mean, it's entirely possible. Or if he has like a stutter or something else. I mean, we are looking at a Queeman video. Is he just this slow? Like, this is like the third word that he fucked up a saying. He said enunciation, or I don't even remember like the first dumb fuck word that he said. But now he's saying sturmered, like Dear Sturmer, the fucking Nazi magazine or newspaper. I'm joking. It's a meme. Like, what is he saying? What is my man talking about? Are we just dealing with very functionally low IQ? Just brain barely functions or something? I'm probably not going to go through the entirety of this fucking Queeman video. I just want to see if we get to like the crux of the argument, because right now we're just like, I don't know, we're being a little problematic. We're being a little ableist.
I feel uncomfortable doing this, whatever.
Dude, I was like actually like grade 1 level of like reading, dude. Oh my god.
I love how just one person in the chat just drops the STFU, that's it. And then Femboy Freen. There's femboys everywhere, dude.
Oh my god. I just need to like calm down. I'm calm now. I hope you're pulling my my... Dude, this is so good. Read slower? You just gotta just lock in, dude. Okay, sorry. I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassavon. Oh, I think I just have to go more American, sorry. I wish I were, my friend, but no.
So, what was that?
Okay.
What was that she just said?
I think I just have to go more American, sorry.
I think I just have to go more American. Now, nobody seems to pick up when they're straight jorking their shit watching this. The obvious contextual clue you could draw from that, which is that perhaps, when she says, I just need to go more American, what's being described is that she is currently doing some kind of voice acting exercise bit on stream.
Whatever.
And that maybe, just maybe, the stunted pattern of her speech is actually not her getting railed in front of the computer.
Yes. Okay, thank you for the reminder, Queeman. Yes, because some of the claims that were being made about Demi from these fucking schizos were, oh, why is Demi speaking so weirdly? Why does she sound so weird here? Like, she's supposed to be like from the Philippines, I believe she's from. Why is she speaking so weirdly here when she's, I don't know, reading all this fucking bullshit from, I believe it's Outer Wilds is the game she's currently playing? I think it's Outer Wilds. For whatever reason, all these motherfuckers were saying that it's supposed to be like sexualized moans. Like, why is she speaking in the way that she is? She sounds very strained. They were trying to make the argument that her boyfriend, which was also streaming at the time, was getting cucked live while Demi was also streaming Outer Wilds. And they basically spliced together a bunch of clips, and her strange intonation, her strange pattern of speech here, basically they were trying to make the argument that she was getting fucked live on stream by someone random while she was playing the game. And the arguments that a lot of these people were using was she got to a certain part of the game where she started yelling. Why? Because there's parts in Outer Wilds that, are scary sometimes. That's just how it is in the game. But sure, whatever. And even the boyfriend fucking comments on that a lot during his live stream, saying like, yeah, Demi's like yelling a lot. I think it's because she's like playing Outer Wilds or something and she's like terrified or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's like, the part, because the part in the game where there's like a bunch of jump scares and shit like that, so it makes sense why she's probably yelling. But no, dumbass, like, schizophrenic, like, bad schizo detectives are saying that she's getting cracked live on stream. It's really fucking dumb.
But actually, simply part of her straining to do specific voices and struggling to read through the words in the correct voice. But there may even be another element here, guys. There may even be another element.
My locomotive limb here, Casabon. Oh, I think I just have to go more American, sorry. I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain that they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cam is on
Damn it, are you clenching?
an indefinite hiatus. Whoa! I suddenly can read.
Random fucking chat message this guy decides to hyperspace. Because here's the thing. What Scrubbing is doing here is he's operating from a conclusion and he's trying to work backwards to justify it. He thinks that Demi was getting fucked live on stream here. Absolutely. Because this guy is really stupid. So of course he probably decided to go along with the dumbass fucking conspiracy theory that all of these fucking morons decided to conjure up. So he definitely thought that she was getting fucked live on stream. No evidence for this has been presented whatsoever. The schizo nonsense that people were trying to basically justify this is incredibly stupid. There's a very, very good thread by someone who basically said, yeah, this is complete bullshit, and all these motherfuckers are just lying. They're completely fucking full of it, and they have no idea what they're talking about. Talking about the actions and behaviors of Demi, providing full context and screenshots and clips, saying that this was what was happening during this time. She was playing a game, she got scared, that's why she was yelling. That's why they were trying to justify that as like sexualized moaning or whatever. The reason why she's speaking in the way that she is. I don't know why Scrubbing is deciding to play the full fucking clip here. That's a massive mistake that you're doing here, Scrubbing. But whatever. Not very intelligent. It's been made very clear, just from this clip alone, that she's doing a bit. That she's speaking in a particular voice in order to be able to, well, read what's on the screen for the fucking chat. It's actually pretty simple, but apparently for this fucking white Mudahar over here, apparently it's a little too difficult for him to understand.
Really properly, what the fuck? Help Private and Mallow, they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will remain from the construction yard from now. Update. Mallow and I will join.
But I feel like she just has really weird speech patterns for someone who streams and like makes YouTube videos. Because like if you're just reading, you're gonna have like look at how on my video I'm like reading stuff. This is mean that she's getting railed.
Okay, Scrubbing. She literally said on stream that she's trying to talk like she's trying to read this in a more American accent, which is probably why she's talking a little. Okay, whatever.
Rail in the background. I have literally no idea. I don't think so.
From now.
It's a little bit weird in the timing, like a situation, sure, but like, is this? Oh, I was kind of waiting for her to start like moaning or something, you know, like something weird.
Update. Oh, I can pause it with nearly 100% certainty.
So guys, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
She mode, guys.
Oh, I can.
Did you hear that?
And it did kind of seem like her.
We'll be ignoring that setting. Oh, I can pause it with nearly 100%.
Did you hear that, guys?
Like her.
We'll be ignoring
that means
that
she's
setting.
getting railed, guys.
I can.
Did you hear the plap, guys?
And it did kind of seem like her.
Yeah, the plap. So that was specifically the moment, the frame that these schizophrenics were talking about. Okay. I have news for you guys. Let me... Because I've done the exact same fucking debunk of this. I need to just quickly turn off the fucking noise debugger to not pick up all the background sounds. Okay. All sounds should be getting picked up now. Alright. Microphone's right by the thigh. In fact, you know what? We're going full cam for this, okay? Full fucking cam. Alright? Here's the mic. There's the thigh. Pretty fucking simple, okay? Do you not think... Guys... I'm getting fucked live on stream now. Look at this. I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Literally, you motherfuckers could have come to any other fucking conclusion. Like, maybe She put her hand down on her fucking thighs. It got picked up by the microphone, and that was that. That's the fucking plap sound. It's pretty fucking simple, actually, okay? But these fucking weirdos have to come up with the conclusion of saying that she was getting railed live on stream. Yeah, like, it could have been a slam of her hand on the desk or something. It could have been she hit her thigh with her hand. There are so many other possible explanations that are possible, but these motherfuckers were just like, oh, she had a little bit of a moan there or something. Something, perhaps with, her, catching of breath or something. And as a byproduct, as a result of that, that means she's getting fucked live on stream because of that plap and that one random fucking moan. It's stupid. Like, it's just in every way possible that this could be as dumb as it can be. It just is as dumb as it can be.
We'll be ignoring that setting. Oh, I can pause it with nearly 100% certainty our friends have a count.
Guys, it's the plap. It's the plap. Okay, how can we possibly explain this? She couldn't possibly be pressing anything on her keyboard, hitting her desk, slapping her thigh. Nothing could be happening.
Could be anything.
Other than her getting fucked in front of the computer, guys.
Clearly.
That's the only possible explanation. I just know she's having crazy kinky sex right at the computer. I just know she's doing it. I just know.
She's getting fucked, bros. Clearly.
Okay, so a real...
Anywho, that's pretty much all I really needed from the fucking Queeman clip. Again, like, he keeps shitting on specifically scrubbing and making fun of all the stupid fucking gooner assholes being really dumb. So that's just to get a sense of the individual that we're working with here. Very stupid, very low IQ, has no idea what he's talking about. Do we want to go through the entirety of this fucking 45-minute goddamn video? Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Or do we just want to go through the fucking thread? I have no idea. All of this is incredibly fucking long, and it's incredibly stupid. I'm just going to operate under the assumption that a lot of the stuff that's being covered in the video is more than likely also being covered here in this, like, dumbass, well, essay that he decided to write out here specifically. Because, again, since we're dealing with someone who's not capable of doing research and is incredibly low IQ, should we really be surprised at all whatsoever that this motherfucker is having a take about this? Again, based off of, like, stupid shit from this motherfucker, from this original thread right here, which is already stupid and full of lies, but whatever. All these people have, like, this schizophrenic conniption specifically with Bao, and as a result, in order to keep up with this schizophrenia, they have to just keep throwing as much bullshit at the wall in order to continue with the idiotic fucking hate train. What do we have here? I saw a load of folks defending Bao and wasn't sure if I should tweet this, but I kind of genuinely feel the VTuber community is so brainwashed and clout-starved that it's gross. Video from earlier. I kind of had to work up the courage to tweet this because I've tried to always be respectful in my videos. Sure, man. But Bao had loads of folks looking at the most surface level comments defending her blindly, and I think it's entirely what's wrong with the VTuber world. Okay, just a comment real quick. Since we're dealing with someone who's incredibly fucking stupid, can we really, like, trust or believe that this guy is going to be able to have more of a fucking dig into a fucking drama when he barely understands that there are other choices, like, for example, and other sort of, like, choices and decision trees that may have led to a particular fucking outcome, instead of just, like, the one that all the, like, dumbass schizos are basically saying online that he probably mostly follows? Okay, dude, nice meme. Thankfully, more people have brains and standards than a year ago. Oh, I'm sure. This woman has had view bots on her channel, people calling her out for fake Twitter engagement. Okay, before we get to the next claim, Bao had view bots on her channel. What is the evidence for this? Because here's the thing. Every big streamer, to a certain extent, has view bots on their channel. Every single one of them. And they can be basically there for various reasons. They can be there whether it be for let's say someone trying to get a ban, someone trying to inflate someone's numbers or ego or whatever. Who really knows? Could be a bunch of various reasonings. Yeah, usually not their doing, right? What you need to provide evidence for, Scrubbing, is you need to provide evidence that Bao was buying a bunch of view bots from these view botting sites. For example, Tectone, we can absolutely say, is view botting because of the fact that Miskiff provided evidence of the messages that Tectone had, that because he was buying view bots specifically through his girlfriend Pichu at the time, or at least that's my assumption. I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, she had a cheap viewers bot every few times. Yeah, everybody basically gets those. I fucking get those every now and again, right? Like, whatever. I don't think most of these motherfuckers know about this. Basically, everyone to a certain extent has view bots, and Tectone on purpose bought view bots through Pichu because we have texts of him, I assume, texting Pichu, buying the view bots for him. So again, it's about intent. It's about purpose. That is the point. Calling out for fake Twitter engagement. I mean, everyone's done that to a certain extent. Who cares? Claimed Sykkuno was a child predator slash pedo. I have never seen Sykkuno ever called a child predator slash pedo. He's been called a predator, I don't think by Bao. I don't think Bao ever used the term predator or child predator or pedophile. Yeah, maybe by randos on Twitter, but I've never seen Bao say that. Now, this motherfucker followed up in a bunch of differing sort of like threads. I think specifically by Snot-Nose Swagger. Shout out Snot-Nose Swagger. Oomphy right there. He got into a bunch of spats and arguments about the fucking claim that he made, saying that Bao said that Sykkuno was a child predator slash pedophile. No evidence has been presented for this at any point in time. And he has a blue check mark. He can edit this at any point in time, yet he has decided not to. Well, that's a little suspicious, isn't it? Why didn't he fucking address that? Why didn't he fucking edit this after getting corrected constantly? But he decided to go on like cope crash outs in differing like Clipper channel threads or Clipper pages, saying like, no, I misworded this. I fucked up. I understand that I did that. I'm saying I'm sorry. It's like, okay, well then edit the video, because guess what? In this video, he literally makes the exact same mistake. Literally in this, you can edit this. You have a blue check mark. You can fix that. You can basically fix this part right here where you're just provably wrong. But you're not doing that. Why is that? That's a little interesting. That's a little suspicious. Why are you not doing any of the changes after being called out and you decided to fucking keep coping and seething in various fucking Twitter threads about this? That's a little interesting, Scrubbing. Why? Why not just do the correction when you've already admitted to doing wrongdoing? Like, admitting wrongdoing, that's a good thing, obviously. Step one. Then you actually have to follow through and make the correction, if we're being fair here. But I guess Scrubbing doesn't want to do that for some reason. Guess he doesn't think it's necessary. Went live at 2 a.m. to address it and tried to shove everything under the rug, minimized responsibility, never clarified, etc. Oh, he's talking about the stream Bao had, talking about the release of, again, Mugen is the only person who called Sykkuno a predator, which is accurate by the definition of predator, but it's schizophrenics on Twitter who are basically trying to make this about pedophilia, when it's just like, that's not definitionally what a predator is. Do we need to look up the definition of a predator for you motherfuckers? Like, I mean, we can do that. It's about exploitation, fundamentally speaking. Like, sure, we'll just do that real quick. Let me pull out the definition. All right. I have 3 differing definitions for as to what a predator is, right? This is the one Mugen specifically used from Merriam-Webster Dictionary, which he thought applied, which I agreed with him on, where it is one who injures or exploits others for personal gain or profit. Of course, the personal gain being his own fucking goddamn harem, for lack of a better term. Here's another definition. Someone who follows people in order to harm them or commit a crime against them, aka a sexual predator. Thank you for clicking. Where the fuck does... Okay, whatever. I love randomly clicking on stuff. So this is another definition, which was something that Sykkuno was doing as alleged within... Well, not alleged. As more or less confirmed in the Hemmelmal document. He followed Hemmelmal, started instantaneously fucking DMing her, and we know that this was also the case for every other fucking VTuber and streamer who was a girl on the fucking platform, so fits that definition as well. How about another definition? Sir, right here. A person who looks for people in order to use, control, or harm them in some way. Controlling people, eh? Use them, eh? Using them for sexual favors, perhaps? A sexual predator equals a person who commits sexual crimes against other people. Again, he was cheating and also may have done some potential sexual assault based off of some of the allegations. Potentially, allegedly. So in terms of all these differing definitions, Sykkuno fits it 1-to-1. It's fundamentally about exploitation, but I guess Twitter freaks just don't get that. Was caught in multiple smear campaigns against streamers, tried to cancel her friend Cinder. No. What? Okay. The Cinder drama was, again, Bao literally did nothing wrong during the Cinder drama, right? She was just a victim. That's it. She had no idea that it was Red who was behind the canceling of the outfit, if I recall correctly. It's been a while, obviously, since this has been relitigated. Bao literally did nothing wrong. She was just a victim. And when she found out about all of this, she was obviously devastated? So you're trying to say that Bao canceled her friend Cinder because of that? Because of the fact that Red, who is Cinder's husband, decided to do some fucking gossip with a Life 2D artist to cancel a VTuber outfit for her that she was looking forward to having, that was about to be fucking completed. Like, and it's all because of like some random drama and bullshit started by Red specifically. But that's Bao's fault? She tried to fucking cancel her friend Cinder? Okay, buddy. Nice meme. The community harassed a child being groomed and people trying to defend them. And blamed Cinder somehow too after multiple people called her out and her fans' disgusting behaviors. I don't even know what the fuck this is about. But given the fact that this guy is a bit of an idiot and he has no idea what he's talking about, I'm just going to chalk this up to saying, yeah, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't even know what this is about. Harass a child being groomed. I don't even know. I have no idea what the fuck this is. She also colluded. Wait, did he spell colluded correct here? No, he spelled colluded incorrectly. Nope, he did not. She also colluded with Mugen seemingly multiple times to try and ruin people they dislike. No evidence that this is the case whatsoever. This is just a false. This is completely wrong. The only people that Mugen contacted in terms of the Hemmelmal document was just Hemmelmal. That's it. Bao had nothing to do with the creation of the document and the coordination that she had with Mugen to release the fucking video about Sykkuno. This is a lie here explicitly by Scrubbing. After this all happened, used mental health to manipulate her audience that any of this was okay. Okay, sure, bro. Like, Bao had nothing to do with the Google document. Bao had nothing to do with the video that was being released. The only actions that Bao basically had in terms of that whole fucking drama cycle was just her facilitating the Discord calls between Hemomao, Saikuno's girlfriend, and Althea. That's it. That is the only thing that Bao was ever involved in terms of that entire fucking drama. But this guy doesn't fucking understand that, because idiot. To still never apologize or take accountability on literally anything. Also, she blatantly lied and tried to blame her viral tweet on both Miskiff and Saikuno. Okay, Scrubbing, I know that you don't know how to fucking speak. Like, basic words are very difficult for you. She was not trying to blame Miskiff. She was using the Miskiff allegations that Emiru brought up, that Emiru basically, this is scummy of Emiru here, the good faith that Emiru built up for herself after getting sexually assaulted on TwitchCon, right, with the guy randomly walking up and kissing her, to use the allegations that she had against Miskiff with the good faith that she built up on there in order to go after Miskiff. Now we know that more than likely she may have done some defamation. Miskiff explained the whole sort of case, provided receipts, and the judge is going forward in Texas with the defamation case against Emiru, which is significant within the United States of America. A defamation case in the U.S. Okay? If we're talking about the standards of defamation, of course, within the U.S., it's very, very, very high. She used that, the whole sort of topic of people being abused by more powerful people within power in order to talk about the abuses of Saikuno. That's it. In order to basically use that as a catalyst, a jumping off point. She wasn't trying to blame both Saikuno and Miskiff. She was commentating on specifically the environment that she operates under as a fucking streamer. But whatever. Sure, man. We're just going to say some random schizophrenic bullshit. Like, we're gonna blame Miskiff and Saikuno based off of this one fucking goddamn tweet. What evidence do I have for this? I don't know. Random schizophrenic nonsense that I found on Twitter from, like, Emerald Apple, of all people. Sure, dude. Like, this woman was caught lying, tried to minimize everything, and so many VTubers were trying to say she was some beautiful queen who hasn't ever done anything wrong. Okay, sentence structures there's a little weird. I don't think that... No, but she was just correct in the take. If we're talking about the take in a vacuum, because, again, I've talked about this before in a differing video. Bao, red herring? Something in red herrings, okay? I made a video about this. It was mostly people like yourself and a bunch of other right-wing fucking dumbasses who were trying to basically make the Bao tweet that was talking about Saikuno about men in general, when that's not what she's talking about. She's talking about the environment that she's currently in, which is mostly dominated by men. That's not a general condemnation of men in general. So you're just stupid and wrong, but okay, bro. Like, she lied to people's faces, never messaged the victims she was trying to help, and tossed them aside after Bao knew the full situation. Again, Bao had nothing to do with the creation of the fucking Google document, you idiot. So why are we blaming Bao for that? All she did was orchestrate the Discord calls, and then left from there. That is it. But okay, bro. Nice meme. And tossed them aside after Bao knew the full situation. Because she had nothing to do with the fact that the Google document and the fucking video were coming out. Stupid. Like, this person truly gave zero fucks and completely ghosted the victim she created and fake cared about. I mean, you can make that argument for Hemomao. And that's really the biggest, I think, the main criticism that you can have in terms of all of this, was the fact that Hemomao did not, and Mujin did not talk at all with the victim of Saikuno's bullshit. You know, the girlfriend, of course, who was a victim of Sykkuno's cheating. Sure, you can say that's a bad thing. I can agree with that. Absolutely. But to include Bao in all of this, it just doesn't make any sense to me. She had nothing to do with the document, nothing to do with the release of the video by Mugen. That was purely done by Hemomal herself. All she did was she got the DM from Hemomal and basically helped to talk about, oh, you're going to see Sykkuno, because Hemomal said that she was going to go see Sykkuno in France, and Bao said to her, don't do it. This is literally all this bullshit this motherfucker was up to. He's cheating on a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. I know who she is, right? That's what Bao specifically did. And then the calls got set up. And the confrontation happened over Discord. And then the document was released on March 10th alongside the Mugen video. That is it. Bao had nothing to do with any of those other actions after setting up the call. I believe it was 2 different calls. First with the victims initially and her mod to talk about the situation, to say, yeah, this is what Sykkuno is up to. This is the viral tweet. This is what it is in reference to. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Talking about the patterns of behavior that she knows about Sykkuno. And then she set up the call with the girlfriend, with Mal, and herself, and then she left the call pretty much right after making the fucking group. That is it. But we're gonna do like some stupid guilt by association bullshit here. Nice meme, dude. Maybe because I've covered this drama and not everyone has been in depth, but this is probably one of the worst streamers that's getting away with things because people just don't care how, or don't care no. Just don't care no, because she tried to hide it all. No, she didn't do anything wrong. That's the thing. She's not This is fucking incredible. So you're going to come up with the argument saying that she's now flesh posting in order to try to hide away the fucking Sykkuno drama for a document she had nothing to do with, for a call that she also just facilitated, and a video that she also had nothing to do with. Like, this is incredible to me. This level of guilt by association is on another level. This is insane. I literally do not care if someone does flesh posting or 18 plus content and don't like someone's looks being harassed, but this woman is absolute scum. Oh, okay, bro. Nice meme. If she was a man, she'd have been canceled, let alone all the stuff that people have told me privately about her. Oh, I wonder which people might have told you stuff privately about her. I can only assume. Even past friends of hers that I don't want to share publicly, as it's not my place. Sure. Yeah. Now listen, am I saying that Bao is an angel in terms of all this? No. I mean, every fucking content creator is incredibly antisocial and psychotic in their own particular ways. But if we're talking about the Sykkuno drama, all she had was the fucking vague tweet and setting up some Discord calls. Now, is there anything else that could have happened in those like 5 months in between the call between that she facilitated between Hemomal, Althea, the girlfriend, and her moderators? Maybe, but we've not seen any of that. We don't know. We just have no idea. So, like, why are we saying this stuff then? Because those are the only actions that we know of that Bao basically had and took in terms of that whole fucking drama. You know, talking about rumors and stuff that everybody knew about with Sykkuno, that he would always message girls to follow them for the express purpose of trying to get sexual favors from them when he met with them at cons. We know this. This is a pattern of behavior that Sykkuno has done specifically himself. He even admitted to it. But that's all somehow Bao's fault? For the release of the video, the expose of it all and everything? This is all Bao's fault. Doesn't make any fucking sense. It's stupid. This woman seemed to just be trying to cover up everything, while the people who never knew all the disgusting things she's done at the most surface level were protecting her, and once again, those same people were trying to minimize the valid folks who were critiquing her honestly. We're being very vague in terms of all of these fucking criticisms. Like, if this is the case, Scrubbing, then why don't you post the evidence? Like, you can censor out the people, right? Like, again, all the former friends, why aren't you posting any of the fucking messages? You can just highlight them out. You can just blink them out. Hamamal did that in her fucking documentation for people who did not want to be identified. Same with Nanolis. Same with a bunch of other people. Why not present any of your evidence? What is the proof for any of your claims? Because as far as I'm concerned, these are all just claims. And saying that someone like Emerald Apple is doing honest fucking criticisms, yeah, okay, buddy. Or all the other fucking schizophrenics that are doing criticisms of her are honest? Okay, bro. Nice meme. Well, I do not think she should have, while I do not think she should have her personal looks attacked and people went too far, this woman is genuinely a horrible person. Buddy. You're making all these claims, you presented no evidence, you're vaguely pointing at a bunch of things, going alongside with a bunch of, like, nonsensical conspiracy theories that have been put up by all these, like, fucking charlatans who already have, like, this weird axe to grind with her, and you're not fucking questioning any of their motivations or beliefs whatsoever, and you're just going alongside with them as if, oh, you know, like, clearly all these people that are saying things to me online in random Twitter threads are absolutely correct. Clearly. Okay, bro. Nice fucking meme, dude. Like, again, if she is as evil and as genuinely horrible as she is, and you have a bunch of messages from former friends of hers, post the screenshots. Post them. What do you got? Can you say? Will you say at all? Because I find it rather convenient that you say that, oh, I just think it's not my story to tell. You know, adopting the sort of like Me Too framing there specifically. Very, very Weasley there, scrubbing. Saying that it is not your story to tell, it's theirs in reality. Then why the fuck haven't they come out with anything yet? In terms of their story. Like, just, you know, there's so many fucking holes that you can poke into this to say why this is incredibly fucking stupid that we could sit here all day and just keep poking holes. Why haven't they posted anything if it's as egregious and as terrible as it is? Why haven't you provided any evidence for any of your fucking claims? Why have you not retracted things that are provably false in this exact same fucking scree that you decided to write here? I'm just saying. It's a little interesting. If she was a man and not a VTuber, she would have been properly kicked out years ago. From where? An organization? Okay, dude. So rightfully so, many people were just disgusted by what she's done. Her actions and her as a person and people calling her out are just using the VTuber community seem absolutely right at this point and completely justified. Wait, what? Calling her out for just using the VTuber community seem absolutely right at this point and completely justified. A quick reminder, the only people who are fucking calling out Bao for Fleshposting, because this is all coming from Fleshposting, by the way, are just some of the most mentally ill, schizophrenic fucking losers on the planet. Like Emerald Apple and a bunch of other like associated fucking losers who are all grifters, who are all charlatans, and are just fat, ugly, loser-ass chuds who nobody fucking likes. But okay, man. Totally. But for some reason, VTubers would turn a blind eye for her for some odd reason. Probably because it's all fucking fake and stupid. One of my biggest judgments of the VTubing world is you think someone famous means they do no wrong, even if it's the 50th time. One of the fakest communities at all times. Really, dude. Yet you put in fucking provable misinformation in this fucking thread. You have a blue check where you can literally edit it and just fix the fucking claims. But instead you decide to go in various fucking threads to basically cope and fucking seethe about the fact that you were just wrong and that you were called out. Well, you know what? Actually, fuck it. Why don't I pull up one of the fucking threads? I'll just do it right now. Fuck it. That's what I get for being a Twitter character. Too many fucking goddamn notifications. I won't be able to find what I need. Perfect. Here. Of course, shout out to Snotnose Swagger, of course. Clipping channel extraordinaire. Here is this motherfucker unironically getting called out straight to his face. When did Bao call Sykkuno a predator? And this motherfucker decides to come in here, write a fucking cope essay saying, literally referencing the video you're quote tweeting on where to find it. With the entire narrative was pushed, platformed, ran with, and then never clarified. Again, like, bro, it's Mugen unironically said what the definition he was using of fucking predator, and he thought that it fit. But then a bunch of schizophrenics like yourself decided to come out of the woodwork and say, actually, no, that's wrong. But whatever, stupid. With proof of folks assuming that then he was messaging minors with the idea they pushed. No, that was some fucking schizophrenic bullshit that you people made up. I'm going to highlight that again. That was the nonsense that you pushed yourself alongside all of the fucking right-wing weirdos. Fucking Tectone and Nuxtaku also hopped into this dumbass drama to say that Bao was talking about children there. There is no fucking evidence whatsoever. None. Literally zero. Let me admit that it was more her platforming it and promoting the stance of what, Mugen calling Sykkuno a predator? Because again, the whole problem is with this fucking dumbass tweet, with this dumbass fucking response here from this idiot, is it also has to be predicated on Mugen calling Sykkuno a pedophile or a child predator. No. Sykkuno was, not Sykkuno, but rather Mugen was very purposeful in his language and just saying only a predator. In the follow-up video, he decided to capitulate to all the fucking Twitter freaks, saying that, you only reserve that word for predator, when, again, for child predators, specifically, when, again, we all know, by the definition, definitionally speaking, 3 different ones, that a sexual predator and a child predator are 2 vastly fucking different things. And for Sykkuno, it applies. You're fucking lying here. You people are stupid and wrong. As well as aiding Mugen, who did clarify, remove, and apologized? And admitted fault for the exact statements in ambiguous terms. Not an ambiguous term. Literally, bro, fucking went to Merriam. This was literally in his fucking video where he went to Merriam-Webster's dictionary to double check to see if this was the case. But okay, whatever. Sure, man. It's ambiguous. She never did nor removed the comments. He was just a cheater. No, he's a predator. Period. Cheater and a predator. Which is wrong, but never interacted with someone underaged. That was never the claim that Bao was making, or Mugen was making. Liar. Liar, liar, liar. Many people then ran with that narrative. No, they didn't. That's schizophrenic nonsense made up by you and all the stupid motherfuckers who were saying that, we have to now protect the sanctity of Sykkuno, who's a cheater and a predator. We have to protect his fucking sanctity because, I don't know, we hate women and are just wannabe predators ourselves. Very, very funny. It's an in-depth, intricate situation, which is why she was able to skeet? You mean skirt-free. Okay, whatever. From it. Multiple statements and comments were on my channel, so I'm not bringing this up for no reason. Did want to clarify, though. This clarified literally nothing, and you still have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I watched the video when you showed zero evidence of her calling Sykkuno a child predator. You just said she did. Do you have any tweets, Discord messages, or audio recording where she calls Sykkuno a child predator? An understandable follow-up there. Here's the fucking cope response. There is about 4 hours of footage to go through referenced. So there is absolutely zero way you did. Wait. This is a 4 hour long... Scrubbing, do you know how numbers work? This is a 45-minute video. The fuck are you talking about? Are you talking about the are you talking about the Mugen video? Mugen's videos are probably like a total of 2 hours. Bao's stream about the dropping of the document was, I think, about like 10 to 20 minutes. What the fuck are you talking about here? 4 hours of footage? Okay, bro. Totally. Idiot. With also deleted footage and statements now from others, don't lie. Don't lie. Okay, buddy. 2. Clarified in the above, poor wording, which is what... Poor wording. That's an understatement. Which is why I wanted to make sure to clarify. But note how Bao didn't herself. What would she have to... Wait, what does she have to clarify? That you're an idiot? That you don't know how to read? Okay, bro. Nice meme. Calling someone a predator leads towards ambitious definitions. Do you mean ambiguous? Okay. I'm going to assume he meant ambiguous. Definitions of it all. We're being very ambiguous here, guys. Very, very ambiguous. Nice meme, dude. Which was a massive debate during the Sykkuno situation. Platforming and association of it is very bad. Insinuation does not defer her wording or define her wording as her own, so that is my own mistake, but it's been clearly defined in multiple past videos and statements. Okay, then why don't you post those? Post the statements. Post the fucking videos. You have a blue check mark. You can fucking do corrections to the statement if you think you did poor wording. Like, what the fuck is this? Okay, bro. Honestly, this statement right here should probably just not tweet this, but whatever. Yeah, you should not have tweeted this because, holy shit, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Mugen himself admitted to the fault, as I'm mentioning. Bao did not. Why should she admit to fault for a video she had nothing to do with? Okay, bro. Dude, there's no evidence at all that Bao fucking colluded with Mugen, like you're saying. There's none whatsoever. At this point in time, like, I can only assume whatever idiotic nonsense this motherfucker basically said in terms of all this. What?
YouTuber I dislike within good reason.
Whatever, like, random mentioning of fucking Mugen here. Sure, whatever. Here's him talking about random fucking tweets, right? Yeah, who gives a flying fuck about if a VTuber does a face reveal? I don't know who this Casey individual is. She's based. She's correct there. Who gives a shit? And him talking about the fucking Emerald Apple tweet, which is obviously fucking stupid. And what, does he just go through a bunch of tweets? Can we see any evidence for any of the fucking claims here? Bunch of random tweets from random people? I think Bao should be able to post pic. Wait, is that it? Generally, why? Does he just go through random tweets shitting on Is that it? This is in-fucking credible.
Why do you think that?
I'm now glad I did not go through this video. He just goes through random fucking tweets. Holy fucking shit, dude. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm glad I'm not going through the fucking video. Holy fuck. God, he has no idea what he's talking about. I can only assume whatever, like, inferences and nonsense he probably is saying when he fucking made that video. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Dude, fucking delete your channel, man. You are fucking terrible at commentary. Just stop, bro. Holy shit. And always important to fine-tune wordings to make sure it's proper. Although there's not much else to state with you, as I remember you interacting prior with bad intentions. Oh, sure, Ban. Yeah, Snot-Nose Swagger, you know, the oomphy here, is interacting here with bad intentions when you just made yourself look like a complete dumbass for no reason. You're free to disagree, and I respect having important lines clarified. Have a good day. Bro, literally, all this man Snot-Nose Swagger said was, did you provide any evidence at all that Bao called Sykkuno a child predator? So far, doing a quick scrub of the video, I'm not seeing any evidence. No Discord screenshots, no recordings, no nothing. It's just him yapping and then having a bunch of fucking Twitter threads open. Holy shit, dude. Please, like, unironically fucking delete your channel, dude. God, you are fucking bad at this. Yeah, no one who read that document thought they were calling Sykkuno a child predator. Lamau, also your video was 45 minutes long. I watched the relevant segments and you literally pulled up zero evidence. I'm gonna be honest here, you don't even have to fucking watch the video itself. You can just do a quick scrub through, that's it. And listen, I'll suck my own cock here because I fucking clocked him here. 1. Mugen admitted admitted to, of course, fault because of the demented Twitter freaks like you, moron, of course, of his quote-unquote definition of predator being bad, when literally he went to Merriam-Webster for that exact fucking definition. What did Bao have to do with your poor writing? Bao had nothing to do with the Mugen video or the Google document. Because, again, this is all being heavily intonated and assumed that Bao was in coordination with Hemomal and Althea in the creation of the document, which Mal herself also did not indicate at all at any point in time. She just said that she worked with Althea on that fucking document. And also that she messaged Mugen to release the video. That is it. Bao does not get mentioned at all. All she did was have the vague post and coordinate some Discord calls. That is it. That is all the mentionings within the Hemomal document specifically. So you're just lying. And third, of course, you are a commentary channel. Take some responsibility. God, you are bad at this. Yeah, this dude is really fucking bad at this. Jesus fucking Christ. You need to do some scrubbing. If you want to be a fucking commentator, you at the very least have to do some modicum of research. I'm not going to fucking suck my own dick here and say that I'm like an expert researcher in terms of all of this, okay? I'm mostly going through a couple of fucking random threads, this stupid screed that you basically wrote about this, and the fact that I have 3 multi-hour videos going through the entirety of that fucking drama, super heavily in depth, and also a little bit of poisoning of the well, because I do think you're a fucking dumbass, like very slow and incredibly fucking stupid. But yeah, like, dude, unironically, delete your fucking channel. Literally do anything else besides being a fucking commentator on drama if you're not even able to do the basic modicum of research and you just look at random fucking tweet threads talking about the stupid nonsense that you probably mentioned in that fucking video of yours where you literally provide zero evidence or claims for any of your fucking goddamn claims. And when asked about it, you decide to do a fucking random cope post about it in a fucking clipping channel's account about it. Cope and fucking seeth scrubbing. You are fucking terrible at commentary. You should really fucking stop being a fucking commentator. Jesus fucking Christ. You fucking suck at this, little bro.
Cope and seethe, Jack.
Cope and fucking seethe, Jack. Yeah, don't think there's really much else to say besides that. Oh, man. I wasn't doing anything in my fucking Satisfactory in order to continue my build. Oh, well. That's fine. Edit that up so I can shit on that fucking loser. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the fucking stew. It's coming back up. Jesus. No, I'm not gonna yak on stream. Alright, voice changer needs to come back on. There we go. Oh man, oh man, oh man. What's the time? 2:30? I'm going to bed. I have a child I have to take care of. Who's asleep right now. Didn't finish the setup for the fucking goddamn compacted coal. That's not the end of the world. Ain't the end of the world. What the fuck are we out to today? Cracks. Do we raid out to Lux? Boy Meets Minnie, you're familiar with Lux, of course. Lux Progressive. She doesn't stream this late. She is still on. Don't have the viewer requirement. El Cuccaronied. No viewer requirement. Don't have it, folks. Unlucky. See, that's what I was also thinking. Yeah, why the fuck not? Nope. Got owned. That's fine. We'll raid out to someone else then. We'll raid out to USA Hole. Alright, idiots. Raid messages. You know what to do, you know what to say. If you are a sub, you say you have been blessed by Romanian Jesus with the transride with the Daho Raid Ba. If you are a non-sub, you do the Wowie with the Daho Raid Ba. That's how we show appreciation to those 19K gamers. I will be back tomorrow, and hopefully I finish my fucking goddamn fuel power plant setup. Hopefully. Anywho, gamers, I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, same face. Peace out, gamers.